Today on Daily Blast Live, American Idol crowns its new winner. But even the loser didn't go home empty-handed. Serena Williams is ready for the French Open, but is the tournament punishing her for giving birth? Charlize Theron is channeling her inner Megyn Kelly. We've got the scoop on the Oscar winner's new role. And couldn't make the royal wedding? How you can snag an official swag bag. Daily Blast Live starts right now.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy Tuesday. And I don't know why I said it like that. And look who we have in the house. TV host Samantha Harris is here.
Hey, DBL Nation.
You know her from Dancing with the Stars and Entertainment Tonight, and she will be joining the DBL panel a bit later. We're so excited to have you, Samantha.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Looking good, too. All right, we are live, and the new video just into the studio right now. The Duke and Duchess of
Sussex.
Yes, a.k.a. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made their first public engagement since the wedding. She wore this ivory dress and hat. Gorgeous. It was for Prince Charles' 70th birthday party in the gardens of Buckingham Palace. Prince Harry made the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, please can I ask you to join me in wishing the Prince of Wales a very happy birthday, 6 months ahead of his 70th. How very royal.
Yes, very royal. Why celebrate 6 months ahead of time? I've heard of a birthday week, a birthday month, but really a birthday half a year.
Just say you want to have a party. It's fine. You're having a party, but it's not a birthday party because it's not on a birthday. Yeah. I feel like there's a rule that you can get close to the weekend. So if your birthday's in the middle of the week, you can wait till that Friday or possibly do that Sunday before. But I mean, you can't do it 6 months before.
Didn't they just have a party?
Yes.
Well, maybe they have leftovers.
A
they
wedding.
Still have flowers.
Leftovers?
I don't know.
You think they're like a modern American family with Tupperware?
Excuse me, do you remember that they asked the guests to bring a bowl?
Yeah.
So my guess
That
is
means
they
there
had
are
no
no
leftovers.
leftovers.
Yeah. I mean, I thought by Tuesday we'd be over the Royals, but now they're back in the news again. I thought it was it. I gave it a strong effort to cheer for them, but I'm over it. Now a 6 month birthday party.
They gave
I'm
some
out.
storylines.
What would you do if Erica invited you to her birthday? Oh, and it was a 6 months in advance invitation.
Well, that's how Erica
like
books out
something I'll
anyway.
I have a kid and a pregnant wife. I have an excuse for everything.
Now,
so I
this
will
is
not be
true.
showing up.
Does this change your mind? I did read that they have several celebrations before his 70th because it is a milestone birthday.
Right.
And also that this specific birthday was honoring first responders, and it is 1 year since the Manchester shooting at the Ariana Grande concert.
Which, honestly, all jokes aside, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, first of all, when you're 70, you can do what you want. If this is the way that they're choosing because they're having celebrations, but the money and the proceeds are going towards different organizations, which I say just party on. I mean, that's great for everyone.
Did you just tell a
else says
70-year-old to party on?
I did.
That's beautiful.
Party on.
I was going to say.
Their whole life is a party.
Yeah, it is. All right, a big night for reality competition shows. Both American Idol and Dancing with the Stars had their finales. First up, American Idol. Maddie Poppy and Caleb Lee Hutchinson were the final two contestants. There they are. Ryan Seacrest made the big announcement. Let's watch.
The winner of American Idol is Maddie Poppy. Congratulations, Maddie.
And the show also revealed an American Idol shocker. The two finalists are dating. They talked about it this morning on GMA. This is the second couple.
We met in January when like the whole Hollywood Week thing started, and we never really had any time apart from each other, really. I definitely like saw her and instantly knew that I was into her. And I just had to take some time to convince her.
He courted her, and this is the second couple for American Idol this season. First of all, let's talk about Maddie because she's the one that won. What did you think about her winning and also her final performance?
I think it's adorable that they're dating. I don't know who she is. I'm just going to be really honest.
She's
and that's disappointing. When American Idol went away for a split second and came back, we were hoping that at least it would be a bigger show. Maybe it would generate larger stars and the names we'd actually know. But we don't know them. And I think when you don't have a connection, then that's kind of the way that you don't make a superstar. So I hope the best for her career.
What about her finale performance? What do you think of her finale performance?
I think that the finale went about the same way that the entire season went, which was very lackluster. I mean, it wasn't.
You saw her final performance was lackluster. Was she?
I think
emotional?
the finale was
what about when she
lackluster.
That doesn't make it good because somebody starts crying.
Yeah. Well, I think
Kelly Clarkson.
Well, yeah, but Kelly Clarkson held all of her notes.
What do you mean?
Like, well, no, I'm being honest. First of all, this is a 20-year-old woman. Like, she was very overwhelmed. The number one thing she's known for is her authenticity, which I can totally appreciate. But authentically, she was way in her feelings and not with the performance. And if you're going to be a superstar, you have to be able to perform anytime.
I was hoping that you would give me an example of Kelly Clarkson because you did it so well earlier.
Oh, sorry. Kelly Clarkson, when she fell apart, she went, "Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this."
That's a difference. Okay, now I see the difference.
Except she could sing.
Next up, dance.
Well, no, I meant not me.
Al was trying to.
I'm happy for the young lady.
I thought you were taking shots at Maddie. I'm
no,
about to stand
I'm
up for my
happy
girl.
for the young lady. I'm disappointed with American Idol.
Let's talk about Dancing with the Stars. It came down to figure skater Adam Rippon, Washington Redskins cornerback Josh Norman, and figure skater Tanya Harding. Here's the big moment.
The winners and champions of Dancing with the Stars athletes are Adam and Jenna.
And Rippon and his dance partner performed this very unique free dance last night and appeared on GMA this morning. Let's take a look.
It still hasn't sunken in, I think, for like any of us. You'd be surprised that being America's sweetheart doesn't pay anything. So if I do get a new nickname, I hope it pays better than nothing.
Yes, and for the inside scoop, you guys, come on, we got our very own Samantha Harris.
Yeah, you knew I couldn't sit in the corner when we were talking about Dancing with the Stars.
You co-hosted for 8 seasons, girl.
I did.
So, okay, so first and foremost, before I ask you your favorites, because I've always wanted to know who your favorites were of all time, what do you think of Adam Rippon winning?
Well, I think definitely among the 3 that were kind of in that final 3 before the 2, I think he definitely deserved it. Although, I don't know, Josh's freestyle, if anybody saw it, with all the hot shirtless men, maybe that swayed me slightly. I'm not sure, it may have. But I thought his freestyle was a lot of fun and energetic. I was a little disappointed, honestly, in the freestyles across the board. There was too much hoopla. All the ensemble dancers and the lighting. Honestly, you as a viewer, with the smoke effects and some of the, and I'm sorry, because we have an amazing, I don't know the team that's on it right now, but they always have an amazing, talented production staff. However, too many laser beam lights in your eyes, and it's too distracting from the dancing at hand, or maybe that's the point. But I think that if you go back to the early days, and I know I'm going old school with seasons 2 through 9 for me, but it was really about the dancing.
So who was your favorite when you were there?
Of the winners, I would say for the freestyle, Shawn Johnson. Shawn Johnson really knocked it out of the park. Obviously, being a gymnast.
Oh, there you go.
Here she is with Derek Hough, her partner. First of all, I mean, it doesn't hurt that Derek is her partner, but look at these moves she can do. Obviously, she had to bring it, being an Olympic gymnast, but she worked it. She danced so much the entire time. There is no laser beam lights, no smoke effects, no ensemble, just amazing, amazing dancing. So I was impressed with her. I'm blown away by her, really.
And then we got to move on to the next story, but really quickly, in a few words as possible, what did you think of Tanya Harding?
Yeah, good call.
Being asked to be a part of Dancing with the
comeback
Stars.
story is always one of the best elements of the show. It's not about the dancing, but for me, it's always been about the dancing. So,
but do you think she deserved the comeback?
Ooh, that says it all right there.
I'm going to ask you again next time.
Okay. And scene.
Nice, thank you. That was inside scoop. I like it.
We're sitting like the Bill Belichick of Dancing with the Stars. Like she knew everything.
Oh, of course she did. 9 seasons, 8 seasons. All right, a new movie is in the works about Fox News, and Charlize Theron will star as Megyn Kelly. It is expected to follow the rise and fall of former Fox News chairman Roger Ailes. He resigned in 2016 after dozens of allegations of sexual misconduct in the workplace, including accusations from Megyn Kelly. And no word yet on who will play the other big names at Fox News. So this got us wondering earlier with the producers, if we could have a tell-all about our lives, who would play you?
I'm going with Kadeem Hardison from Different World.
What?
Yes, Dwayne Wayne.
Yes. I'll take it.
Dwayne Wayne.
That was a throwback.
Yeah, that's a good old school.
That is really good. Erica?
I'm going to have to go with my girl, Gabrielle Union.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh, wow.
That's a good one.
Twinsies, Jason. I mean.
Yeah, you got it. I'm gonna pick Jeff to play. No, Jason Bateman. Jason Bateman. I get him sometimes. So
I see it.
And he's funny. I like him. I like Jason Bateman.
Yeah, I love it.
How about you, Sam?
I would die if Kate Hudson could play me because I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah, that's
we don't look like. You don't have to do a side by side.
You just have different hair.
We don't look alike. It's just I love her. I think
you can't. You have to. It has to be a look-alike.
You can blonde hair. That's okay, right?
I can see it.
Yeah,
yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't feel like it's a far jump, like I said, Kate Hudson.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, official royal wedding goodie bags are already hitting the internet. Now, how you can get your hands on one for a price. And it's the French Open. Is the French Open punishing Serena Williams for being a mother? This story has you fired up. And you, the viewer, are our fifth host. Next, we share your comments live on air about a story getting a ton of buzz online.
All right, hey everybody, it's Samantha Harris. Welcome to Dancing with the Hosts. That's right. You know that's what I wanted all those years on the show hosting. I wanted to be dancing, but today I am going to spare you. I won't be dancing, however. The rest of the DBL hosts will be, and guess what? You guys get to vote live. You just go to dblvote.com. Do that right now so you're all set to go. Now, I just want you to bear with us because the digital side of DBL doesn't have a budget for clearance for dance music, so we're just going to kind of pick up some stock music that our hosts have never heard before and hope that they can pick up the beat and dance to it. So, are we ready for this? Yeah, are you guys ready for this? Well, let's bring in our very first host in this competition. She is known for being able to rock a flamenco as well as the old school sprinkler, none other than the one and only Tori Schulman. Tori, where are you, Tori?
Fantastic. All right, that's great. Amazing.
Thank you all.
It was very Blossom.
You're welcome.
It felt like the opening of Blossom. No.
Tweet about letting a student sleep in his class is going viral today. The English teacher from Washington State wrote, "I didn't take it personally. She has 0-hour math, farm girl chores, state qualifying 4x400 fatigue, adolescent angst, and various other things to deal with. Woo! My class is only a part of her life, not her life." So this got you talking, and Sam Shocker has your comments. Take it away, Sam.
Thank you so much, Ebony. Let's get straight to your comments. Al, take it away.
All right, Della writes in on YouTube, "I think more teachers need to take this one's lead. Teenagers are growing and need a lot of rest." All right, Della, you know I love you, girl, but as a former middle school teacher, I can't agree with that.
Really?
Yeah, my classroom is not, this isn't
Did you see
a
how
sanctuary.
Exhausted
no,
that
we're
girl
in
was?
here learning. That was a special case, but as a teacher, if I let one student put their head down and go to sleep, well then tomorrow there's gonna be 2 special cases, and next day there's gonna be 3 special cases, and it's gonna be, why'd you let Erica do it? I can't set that precedent. Can't do it.
I like it, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, Karen says, what about the student who stayed up late playing video games? Does he get to sleep during class too? I know that, in public schools, and there are a lot of students, and the student-to-teacher ratio is
Mine was 37. My average
Right.
class was 37 kids.
But I also don't think that you can paint every student with the same brush, and sometimes there are exceptions. You know, there are students who are actually working to help support their families on top of everything else. So I think there might need to be a little bit of flexibility.
I agree with you, Erica.
All right, Joel writes in on YouTube, as a parent, I hope a teacher isn't letting my child sleep through class. They are there to learn. I got to agree with Al on this one. You know, I agree with you that there might be some special exceptions, and when you do something like that, people always take advantage of those exceptions.
Yeah.
So if someone might have a particular case that the school board agreed on or whatever it was, and they're like, listen, this person can sleep, I promise you there's going to be someone out there to take advantage or have their parent call in and say, well, you let this person sleep, so don't punish my child for doing it. So you have to have one rule for all.
Yeah, if I did have to do that, I would make an announcement to my class. I'd be like, look, everybody, Jeff is sick. His dad be here in an hour to pick him up. That's why his head's down. Because if kids see that, it's going to be lawlessness. You got to hold on to that class.
Then maybe the teacher did explain to the rest of the class that this student just
this was a
competed in
special
state.
case.
Yes, that this student enlisted everything and said this was a special case. This is not the norm. And
but if you want to get rest, why don't the student just stay home with all these?
Because maybe all that student needed was a 20-minute cat nap.
Maybe.
All this for a 20-minute cat nap?
All right, we are live. Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment.
Right now, the Beatles are getting the psychedelic classic treatment of The Yellow Submarine, and it's getting a book treatment. This is your first look at the graphic novel. It's being released as a way to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the film, and it's approved by the Fab Fours company. It comes out August 7th, but you can pre-order a copy today.
Raquel, what is a graphic novel?
So a graphic novel is kind of a layout like a comic book, except it's richer and it tells a whole story, whereas comic books kind of come out periodically.
So not exactly a comic book?
No, yeah, no, it's like a longer comic book with like lots of illustrations.
You lie to yourself as an adult that you're not reading. Is it?
That was good.
Right. Would you like to own a little piece of the royal wedding? Ebony Steele has details coming in hot.
Yes, always trying to hook you up. So do you want one of the royal wedding swag bags that were given to guests at Windsor Castle? You can get one just for a few $1,000. Attendees are putting their gift bags on eBay. Some bids are already over $15,000. You'll get a bag with Harry and Meghan's initials and the wedding date printed on it. Inside you'll find a bottle of Windsor Castle water, a giant chocolate gold coin, fridge magnet, some shortbread, as well as a commemorative letter and other collectibles. If you're asking what else is in there, so am I. But DBL Nation, if you had a royal wedding bag, would you sell it?
That's a
D. Can I ask Ebony, is she sure she went through that whole bag?
Yeah.
There's nothing else in there?
I'm trying to tell you, dog. I went down to the bottom. Even that little silica pack down at the bottom to keep it fresh.
I
thought there was going to be something
way better than that.
Like fine china.
Who sells it?
Yeah,
that means you're not getting invited to anything else royal, so you better get your $15,000.
I wouldn't mind if somebody sold something and they needed some extra cash.
They were at the royal wedding.
I know you
don't need extra cash.
You don't know that.
Oh boy, 20-minute cat nap selling bags.
Oh boy, what are we in the 1950s? Oh boy. Coming up on Dan Last Live, Serena Williams is all set for the French Open, but it's punishing her for giving birth. And next, a fan favorite, Al Jackson, sounds off on the craziest viral videos he can find.
You're so witty and quick. Up next, the host who slayed it in her Montessori dance class. That's right, from crunk to funk. Let's give it up for Erica Cobb.
Okay. I don't even know. I can't even hear the beat.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. She's gonna totally win.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Let's switch it up a little.
Woo! And now I just lost my black card. Thank you. Okay. I don't even know. I can't even hear the beat.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. She's gonna totally win.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Let's switch it up a little.
And now I just lost my black card. Thank you. I don't even know. I can't even hear the beat.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. She's gonna totally win.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Let's switch it up a little.
And now I just lost my black card. Thank you.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. It's time now for everyone's favorite segment, Al Sounds Off, where Mr. Al Jackson goes off on the wildest stories he could find.
All right, man. How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. It's Tuesday.
Yeah, let's get it.
It's weird to say on a Tuesday, right? I feel good. All right, on last night's Alaska The Final Frontier, the ladies installed a stove and were forced to use both their brains and brawn. Al, check this out.
Yeah.
We need to move the stairs because right now, when we put the stove in, it will be too close to where the couch is, and that would be a fire hazard. And in a log house, you don't want to have potential fire hazards. Some of those joints were really stuck together, so I ninja kicked them. Your computer not working? Ninja kick.
Jeff, I kind of like her way of thinking. You know, that's how I put together everything. I just kick it. If that doesn't work, I just scream a curse word at the top of my lungs. So
that's how I do it.
It works for me.
All right, I like that.
And I think the idea of a wood-burning stove in a wood house, maybe not the best idea, but way to think over it, ladies. Well done. Let's go to the next one.
I love that show. Yes. All right, Al, what do you get when you put a stick, a 4-year-old, and a piñata together?
I don't know. Nothing good.
A terrified onlooker, of course, Al. Enjoy this viral video.
I think this piñata owed her $50. She turned back to the Peppa Pig and said, "You're next, fat boy." I mean, this is nothing, though. You should have seen what she did to Wilbur. It was pretty ugly. Yeah.
All right,
Not pretty.
Let's do the next one, Al. Check out this groom who goes for his his pregnant wife's bride's, well, I messed that up. We're doing this again, Al. For his pregnant bride's garter and comes out with a little surprise. You got that, Al?
That's right.
Enjoy.
All right. Let's see what's going on here, Jeff. Surprise, it's gross. I don't think we should be tossing babies or anything at a wedding except maybe a bouquet.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's get back to more time-honored traditions like you sticking your hand up your wife's dress while her dad watches.
I like it, Al. That's Al Jackson, everybody. Sorry about that last joke. That's Al Sounds Off. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, a shocking NSYNC revelation. Did Shaquille O'Neal really launch their career? And a mother of 4 goes to school, proving it's never too late to finish what you started.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Did you know that a dirty seat...
All right, our next host competition. Oh, let's do this one again. Are you guys editing this? Is live? Just kidding. See, even hosts make mistakes. All right, but let's give it up for our next competitor. That's right. She may own a dance school, but let's see if her dance moves can school the competition. That's right. It's the moves of Miss Ebony Steele.
She's channeling her inner coming to America.
to Daily Blast Live. Today's Heart Threads is all about accomplishing your goals at any age. Janine went back to school in 2009, and while most of her classmates were in their 20s, she didn't let anything hold her back.
This mom is making her dream come true alongside her son. 61-year-old Janine Dinsmore hasn't been to school since 1974. The mother of 4 decided to finish what she started and re-enroll in 2009 while working 3 jobs. Now she's a college graduate with a degree in child development.
Most of the people in my classes are in the 20-somethings and old enough to be their mom. And some of them their grandma.
Janine's youngest son, Joshua, saw her success firsthand since he was graduating from the same school at the same time.
It was not planned.
No. He's like, no.
It was not planned.
I made a promise that I wasn't going to embarrass him, so if he wanted to talk to me, he could say hi.
The mother-son duo has supported each other throughout the journey. While Janine studied and Joshua switched majors, they had each other's backs.
Anybody who thinks that they should not go back to school, don't think that. They need to go back. The reward is so awesome.
You can always do it no matter what.
Yeah, there was a period of 20 years in my family where one of us was in college, including my parents. So it's almost like we all did it together. So it's very important, especially to have that support system.
Yeah, my mom got her master's much later when we all when we all flew the coop, so to speak. Yeah. All right, if you're leaving us right
Flew the coop, huh? You're lucky we're out of time.
on YouTube, here's what's coming up next on Daily Plus Live.
Is Serena Williams being punished for having a baby? Why a lot of you are saying yes. He's a veterinarian with the voice of an angel.
Red roses too.
How his songs put pets at ease. And Jeff and Al take on the Impossible Burger.
I can't wait to wrap my lips around this.
Could the 2-man crew tell the difference between real meat and fake? More DBL right after this.
All right, guys, she is one bad mamma jamma, and Elaine Bennis has got nothing on her. That's right. She's got the beat, and she is not afraid to turn it around. Oh, I'm going to continue with these puns. Yes, I am. But right now, let's give it up for Sam Shucker.
Okay, I'm done. Is that it? Is that it? How long do I have to go? Oh, a minute. Okay. Can I get some cheers again, please? Is that it? Oh, big finish. Big finish. Big finish. What? Go swim it. Do the swim thing. One enough delivered. That's so embarrassing. I hate you.
I loved it.
Look at the brag.
That was the move.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We want to welcome TV host Samantha Harris to the panel.
Oh, there we go. Well, you know, I was taking, if people were watching the commercial break, there was the Dancing with the Hosts. We were doing a little spoof.
What'd you think?
Well, I was missing that I was getting my grooves on. No, it was super fun. Your moves, let me tell you.
Don't embarrass me, Samantha. No.
But you were.
What were they?
Okay.
Could you give us an example?
No, actually, I was not being funny.
I'm so sorry.
Welcome to the show. She'll be with us all week, folks. We are live. Raquel Villanueva with news at the moment.
Well, this is for Jeff. The new premiere date for Big Brother was just announced. Moments ago, host Julie Chen posted this scavenger hunt video, which reveals the big day as June 27th. This will be season 20 for the show and 18 years since it first debuted.
Thank you, Raquel. Okay, we've got two reality show veterans. You were the host, you were a contestant. 20 seasons we now know of Big Brother, 26 of Dancing with the Stars, 36 of Survivors.
Right.
How many seasons are we going to have of these shows?
172.
You saw the contract. Yeah.
I think as long as they're still getting viewership and successful and people still follow them, I mean, why throw it away? Every day there's a new reality show built. A lot of them fail. These have been established and been working for years and years on both ends.
Well, and I think, too, you look at the ratings, and the ratings have gone down across the board, though. I mean, Dancing with the Stars, when I was on it, just kidding. But when I was on it, we would come into our morning meetings, and if we didn't get at least 20 million viewers the night before, we were like, oh. Now, last night they had about 8.7 million. Now, in today's figures, that's still a huge number.
Huge.
Oh, yeah.
But unfortunately, network TV just is down across the board.
Right. Are they going to have to reinvent the
Unless
wheel?
you're Roseanne, which has huge numbers.
Right. That's an anomaly. But do you think by doing like the all sports edition, by having the celebrity edition, that's their way of reinventing the wheel and hoping to get more viewers?
Well, yeah, because I think that we have a very short attention span, and I think you have to kind of play it according to what people want. And they've done a really great job capitalizing on what's hot.
True. All right, moving on to the greatest tennis player of all time. I think so, but some may not agree. Serena Williams has just learned that she will not be seeded in the upcoming French Open. This would be her first major competition since giving birth back in September. But it has a lot of people talking. Are mothers treated unfairly by the sport?
I just want to say she's ranked, I think, obviously unseeded in this, but 453.
Yep.
So if Michael Jordan
left, she was first when she left maternity.
Right, she was number one.
She was pregnant. She won pregnant.
So when Michael Jordan left the sport when his father passed away and came back, if there had been a draft that year, do you think he would go 453? No, absolutely not. He would go number one, which is crazy why Serena is not ranked. I get losing a couple seeds because you were out for a year and you don't have your game, but not if you're the best in the world.
Do you agree with that, Erica?
That she should be or she shouldn't be.
Do you think that the WTA, the Women's Tennis Association, should relook at this and coming into 2019, and they've already prefaced it, they've already said going into the 2019 season, we are going to relook at the seeding when it comes to maternity. Should it be more aligned with what Jeff is saying?
I believe it should, but that would also mean that corporate America should be more aligned with what it actually should be. I mean, we are in a country where we see maternity leave as almost like a disability of some sort, and that because you have a baby, all of a sudden everything you were capable of doing before, you just oopsie, like, you just aren't able to do it. And it's really silly. My husband works for a Canadian company, and there's a U.S. branch and a Canadian branch. In Canada, they get a year off, and that's maternity and paternity leave, which has to be recognized. In the U.S. division, it's just 12 weeks.
No. There's no mandated family leave here. No mandate.
Right. I'm saying for his company. Right.
So we actually work over the summer too. Yeah. We're live all summer.
That's true.
Yeah. I just want to point that out.
And I know you hear his little violin.
You're lucky to be employed in this now, this day and age too.
Well, we were going to tell you you're hired, but now you're fired.
But I think, Erica, you really hit the nail on the head, because when I was, a lot of people here, because you don't have mandated family leave, you can't afford to take 3 months off, 6 months off. I couldn't.
Yes. No.
I had to get right back into work at 6 weeks, and according to my doctor, it largely contributed to my postpartum depression because of that separation.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. I could see that. For me, I went with my first daughter. I was pregnant in it was on Dancing with the Stars, and I was at E! News at the time, full-time entertainment news job. I did take 3 months from E! News, and of course that meant forfeiting any salary. And Dancing with the Stars, for every episode I missed, because I was paid by the episode, I wasn't paid. So I went back after 3 weeks because I didn't want to miss. Well, I wouldn't, but I didn't want to miss out on what that show was able to do for me in my career. And so thankfully it was only 2 days a week that I was away from my baby, and some days she came during rehearsal anyway. But still.
So for you, it wasn't the money; it was losing that spot.
It was losing that spot. I didn't want anyone else. I mean,
right. So that's how Serena Williams feels.
Yes.
There should be things in place to make you feel assured that you're not going to lose that spot, that you will be guaranteed a job when you come back, that you'll be paid when you're on mandated family leave, because it's important to be there and to bond with your child for dads and moms.
And let's be honest, it also sets up a very vulturistic society, especially when it comes female to female, because if you aren't there, they're circling.
Ding, 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 ding. Can I tell you the moment? So I announced my pregnancy on live TV on Dancing with the Stars. And I kid you not, the producers, while the live show was going on, were getting calls from agents and managers for people who wanted to pitch their clients to take over for my job while I was on maternity leave. While the show was on, the words were even out of my mouth, I am pregnant, and the phone was ringing.
Oh, hell no.
You think society would support women more for that,
All right, happening right now, a New York couple has been trying to kick their 30-year-old son, Michael, out of the house for months. They sent him five eviction letters. He refuses to pay rent. He also refuses to do any chores around the house.
Oh, well, that's not.
Yep, and this just in, today they took him to court, and a judge agreed that Michael has got to go. As you would say, what?
Beat it, Michael.
Michael says he'll appeal the ruling, but we got to ask, how do you deal with an adult child who won't leave the nest? DBL Nation, we want you all to chime in if you have experience with this. How did this even get to this point? 5 evictions, like literal, like she went and the parents got eviction notices?
How do you do that? You obviously aren't. Clearly, these parents don't have a good relationship with their child.
Of course.
Because you should be able to sit down and say, hey, listen, honey, it's time.
I think they've enabled him. I mean, the fact that he's not contributing to the rent, the fact that he's not helping out with chores, I think that says a lot to me.
They made a whole movie about it, Failure to Launch, with Sarah Jessica Parker and what's his name? Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, because it's a thing. But that's the thing. Parents, it's your responsibility to get your child ready to get out of the house in due time, not when they're 30 and just leeching off of you, because you are going to be responsible for them being returned home when they get married and they're not doing anything over there either.
Right. Yeah. I do want to say, though, like when I went away to California when I was 24 to 26, I came back and lived with my parents for a little while. I know it's different, but there's a lot of people with situations out there where they do have to stay with their parents a little bit longer. This obviously is different because it doesn't seem like they get along very well. But there is situations where...
You initially flew the coop, then you flew back in.
I flew back in.
You swooped back in. You got your... I don't know where I'm going with this analogy.
Look, there are also cultures where you move back in. You do live with your family. You've got your, the Chinese culture with your grandparents living. So I think there's something to be said about that. But is this 30-year-old living at home and not taking care of himself in any respect? Does he not have any job? Does he just sit around and loaf all day and play video games? Then yes, he should be out.
He says he owns a business, but they're not. They didn't put their finger on what the business was yet.
And DBL Nation says 81% evict him or her. We're right there with you. We are live. Brett Forrest has news at the moment. Brett.
Officials and residents in Lake Worth, Florida are still trying to figure out how this emergency alert went out on Sunday. Take a look. The entire city got this push notification saying, quote, power outage and zombie alert for residents of Lake Worth and Terminus, and then cites extreme zombie activity. Terminus could be in reference to the location in the Walking Dead TV show. Now, luckily, a city official confirmed Lake Worth does not have any zombie activity and apologizes for the message.
Hey, Brett, is this the first time this town has had these emergency messages?
It's actually not. They got one last August for a hurricane warning that also referenced zombies. So it looks like someone must have gotten into the the messages that were already written and added in a little zombie fantasy.
People love them zombies.
Oh, yeah. I had a zombie survival kit.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did. It was sent to me at the radio station. Yes, it had the brake glow in the dark green light things. Then there was like a real flashlight. There was some type of food. There was like some made for like the instant food type thing. There was a book on how to survive the zombie apocalypse, because there's a huge zombie walk in downtown Denver every year.
All you have to do is know how to run, because those zombies are slow. All right, from a wild monkey chase to a horse with all the right moves, Ebony Steele has more trending stories coming in.
I do, Sam. A big congrats to Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser. She announced that she just adopted a baby at 45 years old. She's single, running a major city, and is showing that she can really do it all. Watch this.
Last year, I decided to start the adoption journey, just knowing that it was a great time in my life and I had so much to share with a baby.
And she's not slowing down anytime soon. Nope. She's also running for re-election. You go, Mayor Bowser. And everyone loves the Cupid Shuffle. Even this police horse in Cleveland couldn't resist our favorite line dance. Okay, check this out.
I'm sure Bike Patrol could probably figure out how to do their tricks on bikes. Cleveland Police Bike Patrol, Bicycle Patrol, get out there and do some of this line dance. Up on one wheel.
And I'm betting that horse gets a wedding invite very soon, thanks to the Cleveland Police Foundation for sharing. And an important update to Monkey Watch 2018. After escaping his crate at the San Antonio airport yesterday, this 10-year-old monkey named Dawkins is finally back on the road. Officials found him hiding in a room at the airport and got him back on the way to retire at a wildlife sanctuary. Nice. Well, coming up on Daily Blast Live, I'm gonna do the electric side a little bit. We talked to this veterinarian who uses his musical talents to serenade his furry patients.
Baffled king composing hallelujah.
We're shining the DBL spotlight on the vet with the voice. But first, the two-man crew chows down on something called the Impossible Burger. Don't know what that is? Okay, you don't want to miss it. Stick around to find out.
And then me too. First up, a big congratulations to everyone around me. Sierra McKenzie just graduated. Yes, Sierra! We love you. I think she's a senior now. She's going to the next grade. So we're so, mazel, we're so proud of you. Lex is very cool. I just want you guys to know, she's the new Connor, and she's dressed even better than Connor. Dare I say it? Dare I say it? So tell me about J-Lo. What's going on?
Okay, so right now, J-Lo is still trending from her Billboard performance and her outfit.
Yes.
It is said that she had real $100 bills on her nails.
Okay, I'm asking you, fashion person. Tell me about this and the $100 bills.
I love it.
So you like that outfit?
Yeah, I like the mix of the textures.
Okay.
I love the leather and the velvet. I'm wearing velvet.
She's wearing, what is this, velvet?
It's velvet.
So Tom Baychek does her nails, am I right? Okay, let's see them.
So here, he posted on Instagram an actual photo of her nails. I got mine done finally.
Did you put any money in it?
I did not put any
Just
money
hope
on
and
it.
love in
No
her
money
nails.
for me.
Guys,
Yep.
let me know if you think that's a cool new trend or total waste of money. Well, if you're J-Lo, you can do whatever you want. And this is the other well-dressed person. In this pod, fashion is a must. So beret, Kelly Gregor, snuggy fashion right here. What's going on over here?
Yesterday we talked about Apple Music staying competitive with Spotify and Google possibly releasing something. Sony is coming out with some breaking news.
Oh,
so
boy.
Sony has just doubled its catalog because it bought EMI Publishing.
Okay.
So that added over 2 million songs to its whole catalog, which now makes it the #1 streaming service. So now we have 4 companies in the race for music streaming right now. A very interesting development because you never really associate Sony with music listening. I think a more common thing is Apple Music, Spotify. So this is kind of a wild horse in this game. But DBL Nation, how do you guys listen to music? Are you surprised by this news? And are you looking forward to Google coming out with something? Keep writing in and stay tuned for the next part of the show. I'll see you then. It's very
May is National Burger Month, which means it's my favorite month. And the two-man crew wanted to celebrate by putting their taste buds to the test and attempting the impossible. Check it out.
Happy National Burger Month! Today we are in Denver, Colorado at the Thirsty Lion Gastropub and Grill.
We're grilling up some incredible burgers here, so let's get inside.
So Al, one of these burgers is not real meat.
That's impossible. What are you talking about?
Exactly. That's why they call it the Impossible Burger. It's impossible to tell whether it's real meat or fake meat. They take plant protein and inject it right in there, so it tastes and looks like they have meat.
I don't believe it.
We're gonna bring in our boy Michael to tell us a little bit more about some of these burgers.
This Impossible Burger is made from plants. You're looking at textured wheat protein, heme, which is a chemical component found in animal structure that gives the Impossible Burger its flavor and texture. It's designed to taste like a real burger. 220 calories, 0 cholesterol, and these are where you're gonna have to determine which one is the Impossible Burger and which one's the other burger.
We're gonna try to do the impossible.
I feel like we're like adult minions.
Let's make the impossible possible. I can't wait to wrap my lips around this.
That's good. And honestly, I thought I was gonna have a prediction.
That's a good burger.
You're pretty sure that's the burger. See, let's go for the left.
All right.
They both taste like burger. They're both delicious. I think I'm a winner with the left side.
We're picking burger number 2 as the Impossible Burger.
There's no trick in you guys.
Yeah?
You're able to identify.
Oh, yeah! Al and I are going to call you the Hamburglar because that Impossible Burger was so good, we're not eating meat anymore. Cheers to National...
Put that down.
Oh, you're right, man. Here we go. Cheers to National Burger Month.
This is so good.
It is, right? Sam was already eating it. It's
Finally,
delicious.
I get to eat something on this show.
She never gets to eat anything.
Yes. 0 cholesterol. You can say I'm working out by eating a burger.
There's so many vegan.
That's not true.
Well, Erica, let me live the lie.
And we weren't just saying that. Like, this is a really good burger. And I think, like, if me and Al said, if we went back, I'd just get like jalapenos or something, like a regular like Mexican style burger, and just get it with the Impossible Burger. Boom.
My husband eats the Impossible Burger all the time. It's really, really good. Yeah.
Well,
I think vegan food gets a bad rap sometimes.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
We want to thank Michael and everyone over at the Thirsty Lion.
It's not all delicious, Sam. Tell that to the people. It's not all delicious.
It is all delicious.
All of it?
Well, is all normal food delicious, Al?
No, and that's why all vegan food is not delicious. Yeah, there's like 3 things. You get the same 3 things every lunch.
Because I'm nursing and I can't have spicy food right now.
I forgot about that.
Thank you to the Thirsty Lion Gastropub and Grill in Cherry Creek for hooking us all up with delicious burgers. We are live. Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment.
I do. New documents reveal Amazon is selling facial recognition technology to police. With this software, police can scan people's faces in real time to find criminals or even missing children, but not everyone is happy with this. The ACLU just published an open letter saying people should be able to walk freely without being under constant watch by the government.
Thank you so much, Raquel. All right, looking for some creative things for the kids to do this summer. I know I am. Ebony has some unique summer camps coming in hot.
Yes, I think I got you on this, Sam. Here are some of the coolest summer camps for kids and teens. First, a cooking camp where they don't even have to leave the house. Kids learn food prep, knife safety, and recipes in an online camp. Sign up at kidscookrealfood.com. Next, there are building workshops. The Home Depot is offering free workshops all summer for kids. The next class teaches them to build their own wooden toy car. Check your local store for availability. And this is my favorite, roller coaster camp. Thrill Coaster Tours takes adventurous teens to 17 amusement parks across the country, from Cedar Point in Ohio to Universal Studios in Orlando. Sign your kids up for a summer to remember. Sounds pretty fun, right?
How fun. Do they have that for adults?
We're working all summer. Like, I didn't know about roller coaster camp. Yeah, can I get off a couple weeks for
No.
Go?
You cannot.
All right, I'll stay here. We're here all summer.
We're all in for the summer.
Still ahead on Daily Blast Live, you don't want to miss my interview with the veterinarian whose viral videos have melted the nation's hearts. I love him.
Oh, boy.
I know. Look it. He left me speechless.
I see them blow for me and you.
just saw that veterinarian. Oh my gosh. So what he does is plays guitar and sings. So I'm going to go over to Sam over here.
And
the animal is licking all of
Let's talk about the the reason she's speechless is because, yes, he's
unbelievable.
But he sings.
It's his
heart.
heart.
Right?
It's his heart.
He's very easy on the eyes.
He's
but
easy on this, but it's the
heart.
heart. So what he does is he plays guitar to all the pets to calm them down. I've done this with my animals. I want to know pet parents out there, what's something that has calmed your animal?
Even
I know
for
the
the
Thunder shirt. You have 4 cats, 1 dog. Have you ever sang to them?
1,100
I have sang to them.
When Baby was sick, did you sing to Baby?
I sung to her. I mostly
They said it was like 0.
Yeah,
cuddled her and stroke like in between like her eyes on the nose.
Oh, and she's doing okay?
She's doing great. Full recovery, thank God.
Oh, it was the prayer chain.
Yeah, prayer chain, and you know what? It's so hard because it's so recent for me. It's so heart-wrenching to leave your animal out of vet for days. And we would come and visit her, but to know that she's sleeping there and not with us. If I knew my vet was him playing for them,
you knew the heart was there.
Oh my God, I would feel so much more comfortable.
I know, right?
Josie's doing great. We went and she was sick, and when we boarded her sort of sick. She did not enjoy the boarding. We were able to see a webcam. I don't know if you guys ever see a webcam. And for 7 days, Josie is just stared at the door and waited for me. So when we went to pick her up, I was interested to hear what they said. And the boarding people said probably not their favorite place. They're 8, 9. They're not the most social. So calming things for pets. We're about to watch something that you guys are gonna love.
You have to
it's
watch
so
this.
Cute. Sam
I was blown away. This was probably the first guest where I invited him to come on the show live.
I wouldn't mind a serenade.
He's coming on the show.
Ding, 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 ding. Let's not sing Deliverance theme song. That was a bad idea. But whatever, we'll move on. So what I'm looking for pet parents is any way to calm your pets. The Thunder shirt. I also, there's a pheromone that you can do for cats. But this guy sings. My husband also sings to our Josie and Barnaby. He probably didn't want me to tell you that with his good Spanish guitars. But what's your trick? Because I know you guys love your pets. Check this out. Sam and I are in love.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Today, we're shining the DBL spotlight on Dr. Ross Henderson, a vet whose voice soothes all species. I love this story. Take a look.
Calming Classics has turned the singing vet into an internet sensation. Veterinarian Ross Henderson sings and plays guitar for his pet patients at his family's animal clinic in Lakewood, Colorado. The soothing tunes can make a scary visit to the vet a bit less stressful for our furry friends.
The vet with the velvet voice, Dr. Ross Henderson, joins us now. Hi, Dr. Ross.
Hi, Samantha. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing wonderful now that you're here. Why did you start performing for your pet patients?
Man, honestly, I'm either playing music or helping animals, and the guitar ended up at the vet hospital. I mean, it's simple as that.
But it's not simple. It's not. It is so selfless, and I can only imagine it's helping the animals. How do the animals respond to your music?
You know, the way I originally thought about it was that, I mean, the vet hospital can be very scary. Obviously, most animals don't make it to the vet hospital except maybe once a year, so it's a very unfamiliar place. But music's very familiar. It's often involved with normal family life. So
what do pet owners say?
It's actually been ramping up as far as how much it comes up. My brother and dad, I also work with them, but oftentimes my brother will be in a room and be like, "Are you the singing vet? Are you going to sing to my animal?" And he's like, "No, that's my brother," you know. So or I'll have clients as they're leaving be like, "Do you use your guitar here?" So it is funny just how it's kind of become a thing at the office.
Sometimes we have animals here that are up for adoption, and I can tell that they get nervous. I hope one day that you can come join us here live at Daily Blast Live and maybe sing to some of the animals that we bring in.
Honestly, when I realized you guys were about 15-20 minutes away, I was like grabbing my guitar. I was like, "Yay! Let's do this." So I'll bring the puppies, the guitar, and we got to make something happen.
Yes.
Come on.
We'll do an adopt-a-thon somehow with you. We'll do an adopt-a-thon where you're playing for the animals. So stand by. We will get in touch with you. And thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome. Very, very nice to meet you, Samantha.
Is he not special? Yes. He is special. We need more vets like him.
What does that mean?
We need more vets that care enough.
That look like John Mayer?
I was about to say. I don't think anybody in this room was
saying it. That play for the animals. We hope you come on Daily Blast Live.
Yes.
That's
come
a
on
genuine
over.
invitation. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration.
What's up, everyone? I'm here. I'm Tori. I'm in the Digital Breaks giving you the top trending stories. And everyone's favorite, Brooke Way, I say that about everyone, by the way, is here to let us know about a cool hair story.
Yeah, this one's trending right now on allure.com. It's after a hairstylist out of Rhode Island created this really cool checkerboard dye job that basically makes it look like her hair is wavy when it's really not.
Okay, so that's straight.
It's curled a little at the end,
but this is
all just the illusion of the checkerboard. So what happened is she's a blonde, and I guess that was easy to start this process.
Right.
And then he dyed her hair red, and bright yellow is what he did with the checkerboard. So he would like alternate red, yellow, red. But I mean, I've never seen this one. I've seen some pretty crazy dye jobs lately with the purples and the pinks.
Yeah,
and
the
the
unicorn
rainbow.
hair. Sure.
But this is cool.
The only problem is if anyone tries this at home, disaster. Because you'll look like you've made a terrible mistake.
It would.
So let me know if you guys in the DBL Nation want me to try this, or Brooke to try it. Say Brooke. Yeah, me or Brooke. Definitely Brooke. What's up, Leo?
What's up, Tori?
What's up? You just saw a movie, Solo. Was it good?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. And I actually would dye my hair that color. Maybe for a day to try it out.
Let's get a vote. Let's say Leo if you want him to dye it checkerboard. What's going on over here?
So this is trending on Delish.com. Allbirds and Shake Shack have themed up to make a burger-themed sneaker, and it's a very limited release. It's only available in New York City, in Madison Square Park, in the original Shake Shack from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Thursday.
Okay, and you also have to have a black Labrador. You have to be a Capricorn, and you have to love the number 3.
Right, you got to have all these.
So is this it?
This is it, which is weird because it's not a burger per se.
Right.
It's Shake Shack themed for sure. It's got their trademark green, it's got their off-white, but it's not a burger.
Okay, so I've been to the original Shake Shack. I would take the Shack and the Shake over the sneaker. What do you guys think?
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We have a lot of comments right now. Let's start with, it looks like it mostly in regard to the maternity leave. We have Linda on Twitter. Linda says, in home states, people have to actually take temporary disability to get paid over maternity leave. It's not allowed in a lot of states, and people have to rely on sick time. And then also in regard to the dogs, Alan Burt on YouTube, there are also homeopathic products for anxiety. This must have been what Tori was talking about during the break. Stories never stop. We're live on YouTube and Facebook. Keep the conversation going.
What are you laughing at?
What is that dog comment about?
So if anyone watched, we did our own Dancing with the Stars. I thought I was the best. Of course I did. I got a solid 7. A lot of interpretive dancing there. I think I might have gotten a 7. It might have been a 6. Eric, I think mine was a 7. Kelly, Schubert, can you check if I got a 7? Okay, so I think I got a 6. Okay, we heard it. Just so I got a 7. So a 7 is I got. So I got a 7. So I was close because the 7 is close to 10. Ebony, I think, got a 10. Now an 8. Okay, I'm really good with the numbers. Remember that Ebony is also a real dancer, so this is phenomenal. My 7 was very close to Ebony's 8. Ebony did win, so she gets the crown jewels, a huge prize for the dancer who wins, Miss Miss Ebony.
We don't have a trophy.
We got down. She is a real dancer, and that's some people are real dancers. I am not.
Today on Daily Blast Live, American Idol crowns its new winner. But even the loser didn't go home empty-handed. Serena Williams is ready for the French Open, but is the tournament punishing her for giving birth? Charlize Theron is channeling her inner Megyn Kelly. We've got the scoop on the Oscar winner's new role. And couldn't make the royal wedding? How you can snag an official swag bag. Daily Blast Live starts right now.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. Happy Tuesday, everybody. And look who we have in the house. Where is she? There she is, TV host Samantha Harris. You know her from Dancing with the Stars and Entertainment Tonight. She's joining the DBL panel in a bit. We're so excited to have you.
I'm happy to be here. There's so much fun stuff being talked about on the show today, so I'm ready to dive in. When you want me up there, I'll be there.
Oh, yeah, girl. We're calling you up in a bit, so stand by. We are live, and a new video just into the studio right now. The Duke and Duchess of
Sussex,
a.k.a. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, made their first public engagement since the wedding. She wore this ivory dress and hat, and it was for Prince Charles' 70th birthday party in the gardens of Buckingham Palace. Prince Harry made the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, please can I ask you to join me in wishing the Prince of Wales a very happy birthday, 6 months ahead of his 70th. How very royal.
I've heard of a birthday week, a birthday month, but a birthday half a year, Ebony?
Yeah, I mean, he's a prince. He can do whatever he wants. Why follow the rules? If you can make rules and you can do what you want to do, this is the position to do it in. I want my birthday to be today. I changed it, and that's what he said. We're going to celebrate.
Do you think that I mean, they are going to have multiple events because it is his 70th. It's a milestone. They also picked today to honor first responders and different charities because it is 1 year since that.
Well, then say that's what it's for. Right. Don't call it your birthday. Just call it First Responders Day. Everybody would still contribute. But like just saying it's my half birthday.
Yeah.
Like after the age of 8, you can't do that.
You can't. But why so closely after the royal wedding?
That's what I'm.
Maybe all their friends were in town. They had some extra flowers and food.
Sure. I mean, that makes sense. I could see that. But you know what I mean? That's more for like the average person when you have food left over from a barbecue, not a royal wedding.
They did have BYOF. Remember? Bring your own food.
Exactly why they have none left over.
Mm-hmm. Would you judge somebody if you went to their wedding and it was BYOF?
Yes.
Really? Do you judge? Do you judge if there's no open bar?
No.
No?
No.
You know what I like? I like a compromise where they have like maybe free beer and wine up to a certain time, then it's a cash bar, or the champagne flows all night for free, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds good. A little compromise is always a good thing.
Or you can open the bar like a grown-up.
Sometimes it's hard to pay for all that, Al.
All right, get married at the court.
Jeff did.
There we go.
All right, a big night for reality competition shows. Both American Idol and Dancing with the Stars had their finales. First up, American Idol. Maddie Poppy and Caleb Lee Hutchinson were the final 2 contestants, and Maddie won. Check out her performance after learning she won.
I'm scared too. Am I the only soldier in this lonely war?
The show also revealed an American Idol shocker. The 2 finalists are dating. What did you guys first, before we discuss them dating, what did you think
I was shocked to find out people I didn't know existed are dating. I really was. I don't know. I think this would have been bigger if we had been following their story the entire season, and then you find out at the end, and they were in love too. That would have been kind of cool. But like, I don't know if they did a good job of promoting their artists, because I don't know anybody involved. We're on a pop culture show, and I don't think any of you guys knew.
Yeah, it is interesting. Why do you think American Idol today isn't the American Idol it was 10 seasons ago?
I don't know if it's because they have so many shows that are similar to it, and I didn't even need to know who they were all the way through the season, but usually we kind of know who they are like 3 or 4 weeks out before it actually ends, and I didn't feel that this time. I don't know if they did marketing differently or what, but they're coming back for another season, so evidently that's kind of surprising.
They're going to have to reinvent the wheel again, in my opinion, because we all jumped on board in the very beginning with Katy Perry and Lionel Richie, and then the ratings did tank. We all kind of checked out. So do you think they're going to have to do something different next season?
I don't know what they're going to do because they're signing on the same judges. So I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to have to do something with their storyline. You know,
yeah, I mean,
I'm pulling for
singing contest. I mean, what can you do? It's just.
What's the difference though between this year and like when it was Ruben Studdard and Clay Aiken?
There's so much more options now. I mean, when Clay Aiken won, I mean, Netflix wasn't a thing, you know. But now there's you're up against so much competition. You're up against, you know, Netflix movies. You're up against streaming television. You're up against YouTube. Yep. And there's just so many more things to distract you.
That's a good point. And next up, Dancing with the Stars. It came down to figure skater Adam Rippon, Washington Redskins cornerback Josh Norman, and figure skater Tanya Harding. Here's the big moment.
The winners and champions of Dancing with the Stars athletes are Adam and Jenna.
And for the inside scoop, we got Samantha Harris here.
I thought you were going to come to me for the inside scoop. All right, Samantha, you take this
and not jump in on this one.
You co-hosted 8 seasons.
Yes.
What did you think about the winner?
Well, I think that Adam definitely is a lot of fun to watch. He's younger by many years, obviously, than Tanya, so he's more in his prime. He's going to pull out some better dance moves. But I have to say, overall, I was not impressed with any of the freestyles. I thought, back in the day, look at all the hoopla and the lights, and some of them have a lot of smoke, and right in your eyes, you can't even see what's going on with the moves itself. So back when I was hosting, I feel like back in the day when I was on the show, but it was really it was simple. There weren't all those special effects. Back then? I would say, of the winners, Shawn Johnson's freestyle was my absolute favorite. You know, first of all, obviously being there it is. Yeah, so being a gymnast, she really pulled it out. These moves with Derek Huff, I mean, come on.
That's amazing.
But here, look, it's just the two of them, no backup dancers, no crazy smoke. There's a little bit of fun lighting, but she really worked it. And I think that the moves that were on the finale last night were sort of, this.
Do you
not like dancing, you know?
Do you think the guys and these
I like to pull out the old school 80s, so I'll be doing the Running Man on the commercial.
Yes. Do you think it was tacky that they invited Tanya Harding to be a part of it this year?
I do a little bit. I really do. I understand, obviously, dancing has always been about getting the people who are in the headlines, the person who's just ousted from The Bachelor for the crossover for ABC and things like that, and that makes a lot of sense. This woman hired people to take, I don't have to go, we all know the story.
Allegedly. Well, no, that.
So it was a bit tacky in your words.
It was a bit tacky, and I think that they could have chosen better. I do.
All right, good. Wow. Sorry, guys. It's a good inside scoop. Thank you so much, Samantha Harris.
See you later.
And during the break, we have our dance-off, so stay tuned for the break. You're welcome. Last night was the Miss USA competition, and Miss Nebraska Sarah Rose Summers took the top prize, but everyone is talking about the show's efforts to stay relevant during the Me Too movement by airing this segment during the show. Check it out.
Have you ever had a Me Too moment?
Yes.
Yes.
Sadly, yes. I've never really brought it up within an interview. I was very young. At 18, I was held down and publicly sexually assaulted by 2 of my coworkers at a children's camp.
Wow. So a lot of people are responding to what they saw Miss USA take. Other people are saying it was tone deaf and cringeworthy, given the fact that, and these aren't my words, that these are women who are parading around in swimsuits and they think the whole competition is archaic, while others are applauding the organization for at least bringing up substance and really important conversation. Not only did they talk about that with the Me Too movement, Ebony, but they also talked about women, they gave their advice to sexual assault on college campuses, things that are very prevalent today that I think if you're watching, you could have learned something from.
Right. I think it's a very modern or updated twist, too, because usually they have a question at the end, which they still did. But to be able to speak about this that's right in the forefront, I participated in pageants, and I think everybody kind of gets a little something different from it. One of the contestants said every time she talks about her Me Too experience in public, a little piece of her begins to heal. So this just goes to show that maybe this has been her outlet, and you could see that a lot of women that we wouldn't think think that this has happened to.
For the people out there that think that this competition is archaic, what would you say to them, Al? Or do you agree
I would say that has nothing to do. One has nothing to do with the other. The fact that these women were sexually assaulted has nothing to do with the fact that they wear bikinis at work. That doesn't mean that you should be sexually assaulted because of how you're dressed. Like whoever, those things should never be conflated. Sexual assault needs to be dealt with as a serious matter, and it should matter what you're wearing. I thought we were done with that conversation.
We're not done with that conversation, unfortunately.
There's something there. There's something there about wanting that respect and wanting all that, and asking for that and saying I'm just as strong, and then parading around in a bikini. There's something
they're
there.
Being judged for their looks?
Yeah, it is. It is, and I'm not sure exactly how to put that into a sentence, but there is something's crossing there with the Me Too movement and parading around and being judged by numbers how you look in a bikini. There's some kind of crossover there.
It doesn't. When I was in pageants and we had to do swimsuits, I never felt offended by that because it was a part of the physical fitness part of it. But it gave me $8,000 for scholarship. It gave me the confidence to sit here and do what I'm doing today. And so for that, if you look at boys and their trophies and what they have, what do girls have on their trophy rack? Some of them have this, and this is what they grew into.
All right, DBL Nation, chime in. Erica Cobb, what's coming up on Daily Blast Live?
Official royal wedding goodie bags are already hitting the internet. How can you get your hands on one, and for what price? Is the French Open punishing Serena Williams for being a mother? This story has you fired up. And you, the viewer, are our 5th host. Next, we share your comments live on air about a story getting a lot of buzz online.
Almond butter, almond milk, plant protein, and then I have a wrap with chickpeas in it. I didn't know about, I didn't know you couldn't eat spicy food when you're nursing.
You can probably.
Tell me about that.
I'm sure you could. And I think it's mostly in the very beginning. When you first start nursing, you'll have many lactation consultants say it does not matter what you eat. There's enough of a process where the baby's not going to absorb anything that you're eating. However, in the beginning, Sophie was so colicky, and doctors can't really pinpoint what colicky is. Sometimes they say it's tummy issues. Sometimes they say it's gas. They have all these different reasons for what is causing colic. So
colic's when the baby's crying at an overtly amount of time.
Yes, and Jordan went through it too, Jeff's wife. And so I made the decision, even though it's more of an old school decision. Like my mom says, don't eat spicy food. But it has been, there is dad out there.
There's tradition there behind this.
So I cut out all spicy, and it probably was coincidence, but then Sophie around there and calmed down. So maybe she was sensitive because I do love spicy food.
Right.
So I eat a pretty bland diet right now, and I've gotten used to it. As weird as that sounds.
You order sort of the same thing over and over again, which we sort of were making fun of, but we shouldn't. Is it easy to not have to make that decision every day? You're like, I know what I'm eating, I know what I'm eating.
It's weird. Ever since I became a mom, I don't care as much as what I eat. Before, I would freak out like, this restaurant's not going to have anything but salad for me. I got to go somewhere else because I want a nice plate of pasta and this. And now it's just like I just need to be full so
you
I can
just need
focus
protein.
on her.
You're now becoming a tool for her.
Yeah, I just don't care like I used to about enjoying food, and I should.
You should.
Well, you take care of yourself too.
That's
though.
right.
I do. I make sure I have protein and carbs, and I have PB&J ice cream every night by Ben & Jerry's. Thank you. It's
what's your favorite restaurant?
Well, they're True Food here, and then back home a place called Little Pine. Little Pine is owned by Moby, and it's the most incredible restaurant. It's all plant-based, and I love it.
Cool. Wow. So guys, any moms or dads out there with their stuff that you knew not to take because of colicky babies, I think we could all use a little help in that matter.
Thank you, Tori.
Let us know.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. A teacher's tweet about letting a student sleep in his class is going viral today. The English teacher from Washington State wrote, "I didn't take it personally. She has 0-hour math she has 0-hour math, farm girl chores, state qualifying 4x400 fatigue, adolescent angst, and various other things to deal with. My class is only a part of her life, not her life. So this got you, the DBL Nation, talking. Take it away, Sam Shocker.
Thank you, Erica. Yes, DBL Nation, you have a lot to say. Let's get straight to your comments. Take it away, Al.
All right. Helen, watching in North Carolina, writes, with the amount of homework and after-school activities, plus everything else kids are doing, no wonder they're sleeping in class. Helen, as a former middle school teacher for 5 years, I have to politely disagree. I think that kids, if you let a kid sleep in your class, the next day 2 kids are going to want to sleep in your class, and the next day 4 are. Like, you cannot set that precedent. It does seem like this was a special situation with this one student that was running the state 400 and doing farm activities. You know, this person probably needs to stay home from school if you're that exhausted, but I can't let you sleep in my classroom.
All right, and Lonnie watching on KPNX in Phoenix says, I think if you can't stay awake, don't bother showing up to class. Disrespectful no matter how nice the teacher is. Lonnie, I must agree with you on that because I think there's a lot that goes into school and education, and a part of that is discipline as well. And it's a lot of, why does she get to do this and I don't? And, you know, just like what you said, Al, and I think that may just start a roller coaster of something we don't want to see.
I think if the teacher explained the circumstances, that will teach empathy to the other students because, in my opinion, that student needed that 20-minute sleep, especially if that student did not have a history of sleeping in class. So I applaud the teacher.
All right, Jason Chicago says, obviously the teacher knew this student's situation more than me, so I think he probably handled it properly. Every day, that's another problem. I'll agree with Jace. 2 reasons. He's from Chicago, and the other one is, you know, if it's a one-time thing, I understand. You know what I mean? We don't know what people's home lives are like, but it's just I think the overall feeling with people is like, they like to point fingers. So, hey, if that person was 5 minutes late, that's what? I'm going to show up 5 minutes late tomorrow. If he sleeps,
experience?
It should be, but a lot of people like to take advantage in these certain cases. So, if it's a one-time thing and the teacher knows the situation and something at home, I agree with Jace. I think it's a one-time thing, but it can't be, you know, happening all the time.
Yeah. All right, we are live. Raquel Villanueva with news at the moment.
Well, the new premiere date for Big Brother was just announced. Julie Chen just posted this scavenger hunt video where she reveals the days using numbers, and it's going to be June 27th. This will be the season 20th, the 20th season for the show, and 18 years since it first debuted.
How does that make you feel? What season were you on?
11 and 13. Wow. Yeah, it was a while ago now. I mean, time flies. I still remember it like yesterday because that's how me and Jordan met, and the memories are still all there. But it's just crazy how long all these shows, Amazing Race, all these reality shows, Survivor, 36. I mean, it's crazy how long and the success that they had. Good for them.
Yeah, congrats. All right, would you like to own a little piece of the royal wedding? Well, Tori Shulman has details about it coming in hot.
That's right. Want one of the royal wedding swag bags that were given to guests at Windsor Castle? Well, you can get one for just a few $1,000. Attendees are putting their gift bags on eBay. Some bids are already over $15,000. So get this. You get a bag with Harry and Meghan's initials on it. Whoa. And the wedding date printed on it. Ooh. Inside you'll find a bottle of Windsor Castle water. Wow. A giant chocolate gold coin. Oh. Fridge magnet. What? Some shortbread. Ooh. As well as a commemorative letter and other collectibles. Ha. DBL Nation, if you had a royal wedding bag, would you sell it?
Yes.
That's like the stuff you would find in an airport gift shop.
Right.
I know.
Just water, a magnet.
And then you can never eat or drink it. You pay $15,000 for that. You're going to be taking a sip once every 3 years.
And you know, some people on eBay are going to make like fake mock versions that they literally got from a gift shop and sell it for 15 grand.
Because people won't know the difference.
No, they won't. Erica, what's coming up on DBL?
Serena Williams is all set for the French Open, but is the tournament punishing her for giving birth? And next, a fan favorite, Al Jackson sounds off on the craziest viral videos he can find.
So a lot of people are talking about the difference between Idol then and now, as Pamela Gillette Bradley says, they don't even go to the Dolby Theater for the finale no more. Plus the judges sugarcoat everything. If you stink, tell them. I'm agreeing with you from day one. I always said if you don't have a Simon Cowell, you don't have a negative, if you don't have someone being honest and truthful, I don't want to watch sugar-coated plum fairies dancing around people I don't know. Did that metaphor work for everyone? Chris Diamond says yes, he's the camera guy. Elegantly Wasted, which is a great name by the way, they never had that chemistry. Speaking about the American Idol judges, as a trio, and as a friend and I were saying last night, Katie was cringy with some of those contestants, and that was just uncomfortable to watch. I completely agree. I was not for Katy Perry from the beginning. Sam was. Certain people were. Jeff was on board. Everybody was like, she's amazing. And then slowly but surely, things sort of dipped. It became corny, a little cheesy, a little too practiced. And I think Ed makes a good point that there's too many other options available. You have Idol, you have The Voice, but there's also YouTube competitions. You have Facebook competitions. I mean, you could do this in your hallway, your foyer. Why can't I think of a room? A living room. What kind of house am I living in? The conservatory, and you'd be perfectly fine. So there's so many options now, it's diluted, and if you don't have the right chemistry, which is so exactly what Elegantly Wasted so perfectly said, I don't think that there is gonna make, I mean, I'm not tuning in for anything. I really believe Simon Cowell was the glue and that special sauce because I tuned in to see what he would say because things I was thinking. I don't want to see Katy Perry have glitter eyeballs and tell everyone they're amazing. I know that some people didn't say they're amazing, but that's how I feel. I miss American Idol. I like that show, but there's a reason it's not continuing. So let me know if you guys watch, why you love it. If you're a Voice fan, is it the chemistry of the judges? Because to be honest, I don't know many Voice finalists. I mean, there's Cassidy Pope. I'm making up the last name. But again, the story there for The Voice for me is the judges. That's more important. So I would love to hear why you think that. And who's the last Idol contestant winner you remember? I remember Philip Phillips. Do you guys remember him? Let's go to Schubert for a second. Kelly, do you remember Philip Phillips?
Yeah, duh.
Who's the last person you remember?
He's probably it.
Philip Phillips.
That's probably the last time I watched.
Me too.
Yeah.
Last time I watched it. Let us know.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. It's time now for everyone's favorite segment, Al Sounds Up.
Yeah, it is.
Comedian, Mr. Al Jackson.
My man, what's up?
Al's about to go off on the wildest stories he could find. Let's get right into it, Al.
All right.
On last night's Alaska, the Final Frontier, the ladies install a stove and are forced to use both brains and brawn. Check this out, Al.
All right.
We need to move the stairs because right now, when we put the stove in, it will be too close to where the couch is, and that would be a fire hazard. And in a log house, you don't want to have potential fire hazards. Some of those joints were really stuck together, so I ninja kicked them. Your computer not working? Ninja kick.
Ninja kick.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that she cracked the code. You're not supposed to have fire in an all-wood house.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, nothing gets past this girl. I mean, it's like, I do like that she just kicked her furniture. It's like literally the worst thing you could do. You could also get some tools and a plan, but instead she turns to kick things, and I kind of respect that.
I kind of like it.
All right, well done, girl.
Al. All right, here we go. Al, what do you get when you put a stick, a 4-year-old, and a piñata together?
What?
A terrified onlooker, of course. Enjoy this viral video.
Oh my goodness. This piñata owe her $50. She did turn around to Peppa Pig and go, "You're next, bacon boy." I do like this girl. She's starting her own gang, and I'm going to be the first one in there. Well done, little girl.
I like it. I like it. All right, Al, check out this groom who goes in for his pregnant bride's garter. Wow. And comes out with a little surprise. Enjoy.
All right, Jeff, this starts out already kind of weird, and he pulls out a baby. Surprise, it's disgusting. I don't like it that he threw the baby. I'm like, let's just keep the traditions at weddings, you know, like putting your hand up your wife's dress while her dad watches.
Absolutely. Right. Everyone loves that
That's
one.
That's right.
That's comedian Al Jackson. Everyone loves this guy, too. And that's Al Sounds Off. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, a shocking NSYNC revelation. Did Shaquille O'Neal really launch their career? And a mother of 4 goes back to school, proving it's never too late to finish what you start.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Did you know that a...
Hey guys! guys, welcome to your top trending stories in the digital breaks. I'm with Lex. If you don't know Lex, meet Lex. She's fashionable, she's cute, she loves dogs. I'm obsessed. Tell me what's going on.
So right now, we have a trending article. The Apple Watch has found a surprisingly useful home. So they're talking about who's most likely to use an Apple Watch. I myself have an Apple Watch.
This wasn't planned.
I love it so much. I use it for so many different reasons. I like to keep off my phone unless it's necessary.
That's kind of been my issue.
Yep, this is super helpful. Tracking your health, I think that's very fulfilling, seeing all the rings fill up when you meet your steps. And the area that people are using it in are servers. Anyone working in like waitressing or bartending are most likely to have this very expensive Apple Watch.
Whoa!
Right here. And the reason is because they're not allowed to have their phones.
I was just gonna say they can't be walking with their phones.
Yes, and as someone who has waitressed for 8 to 10-ish years, most of my life now, I completely agree. That's a huge plus side of having it.
When you're waiting and serving, when you have it, is it there just for security that, like, let's say your mom needs you?
Yep.
It's just a sense of security.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
In case like an emergency happens and someone calls you, or yeah, I mean, it's super helpful with that, and you can feel a little detached from your phone.
Yeah, because I'm a little attached.
Well, she's attached, but she loses it constantly.
This is a good call. But that way, hard to lose, although I could find a way.
Well,
I could find a way.
There's a pinging on it, so if you do lose your phone, you can ping it, and you can find it.
I think someone's going to be investing in a new watch. Hello! Kelly Grega, what's going on, my love?
So you just came back from London, so you probably heard of the grocery chain Tesco. You probably saw it everywhere. They just announced a really big change happening that they are going to get rid of best before because they find that people actually throw away food before, and it's food waste.
Oh, fantastic.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Today's Heart Threads is all about accomplishing your goals at any age. Janine went back to school in 2009, and while most of her classmates were in their 20s, she didn't let anything hold her back.
This mom is making her dream come true alongside her son. 61-year-old Janine Dinsmore hasn't been to school since 1974. The mother of 4 decided to finish what she started and re-enroll in 2009 while working 3 jobs. Now she's a college graduate with a degree in child development.
Most of the people in my classes are in the 20-somethings and old enough to be their mom. And some of them their grandma.
Janine's youngest son, Joshua, saw her success firsthand since he was graduating from the same school at the same time.
It was not planned.
No. He's like, no.
It was not planned.
I made a promise that I wasn't going to embarrass him, so if he wanted to talk to me, he could say hi.
The mother-son duo has supported each other throughout the journey. While Janine studied and Joshua switched majors, they had each other's backs.
Anybody who thinks that they should not go back to school, don't think that. They need to go back. The reward is so awesome.
Sam, I'm going to jump in here. I mean, I kind of think that you should be a little older when you go back to school. I think you're not going to switch your major around a bunch and goof around and drink too much. That's a good point. You have a lot of money on the line, you know, so I think, yeah, you're probably more focused.
But, you know, conversely, I agree with the maturity part, but I've heard that it's a little harder sometimes when you're older and go back to school because you're not in the rhythm of learning quickly. You're not as up to date with the computer age, that kind of thing. So I commend her.
Amen.
Yeah, for beating that odds when people say that.
Amen. Right. Congrats. And I want to read a couple comments on American Idol. Pamela Gillette Bradley on Facebook, she says, the difference between Idol then and now is they don't even go to the Dolby Theater for the finale. Plus, the judges sugarcoated everything. If you stink, tell them. And Elegantly Wasted on Twitter says they never had that chemistry. Katie was cringy with some of those contestants, and that was just uncomfortable to watch. Yep. All right, if you're leaving us right now, you can still watch us live on Facebook and YouTube. Here's what's coming up next on Daily Blast Live.
Is Serena Williams being punished for having a baby? Why a lot of you are saying yes. He's a veterinarian with the voice of an angel.
Red roses too.
How his songs put pets at ease. And Jeff and Al take on the Impossible Burger.
I can't wait to wrap my lips around this.
Could the two-man crew tell the difference between real meat and fake? More DBL right after this.
Hi guys, I'm not crying. I put eye drops in. It's very dusty in here, so now I look like I'm weeping. I should do something. I just saved a bunch of geese from from a tractor. Okay, moving on. Kimberly Matsuik says, we watch The Voice, but only the auditions. The rest is just filler, and the stories of the contestants have gotten a bit too sappy. Woman shrugging. I agree. I want to go back into... do you think that these things are going to die out? At some point, is the audience of the digital who are watching The Voice and all that, are they different from broadcast, right? So we have a broadcast, which is this TV production. Then this is digital, where I'm talking to you now on Facebook and YouTube. And what's really interesting, and this is some behind the scenes, but I find it somewhat fascinating, the digital audience is really, really different than the broadcast audience. So usually you want to have one and the same, but they're just very different things. People in digital are usually younger. They skew a little bit more male. And people who are watching on TV are of an older generation. This is not everybody, but mostly. So it's combining the two to make it. I don't happen to think Katy Perry would bring in a lot of those people, because I don't think I think what they tried to do is bring in tweens and teens, and I don't think it works. So I want to know, we're going to go over to the two Kellys. This is my Kelly sandwich I like to talk over here. Do you guys think The Voice and American Idol will die out because digitally there's so many more options? YouTube, you could do it on YouTube. That's how Justin Bieber, for instance.
YouTube has definitely impacted all industries. People can get fame really easily from phones.
Yeah.
I wonder...
And it's
Music
just
is so selective, though.
And it's just not as fun as it used to be. Like you was just saying, like it was fun when we saw the auditions and the blind auditions and the auditions on Idol, which they took away. Like,
right, and the bad end, the good end.
Yeah.
And what do you think about needing the villain? I don't mean the villain, but Simon Cowell. Needing that voice of the acerbic directness.
I'd probably still be watching it if he was
I would
on.
be too.
Yeah.
Because I want to know what he says.
Yeah.
All right, what am I going to say?
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We want to welcome TV host Samantha Harris to the pit. Thank you. Yes, girl. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you. I'm having such a great time. This has been, honestly, just a breath of fresh air, this show.
Yeah.
So thanks for having me.
No, you've been awesome. Like, even in our early meetings, and we're like, you're like, hey, good morning, everybody.
It's the coffee.
She's the real deal.
I usually don't do it, but for some reaon, I've indulged in the coffee because it's really good coffee back there.
No. She's with us all week, folks. We are live. Raquel Villanueva with some news at the moment. Raquel.
Well, right now, the lawyer who went viral for screaming at people speaking Spanish is saying he's sorry. Here's a look at the original video.
And my guess is they're not documented. So my next call is to ICE to have each one of them kicked out of my country. If they have the balls to come here and live off of my money, I pay for their welfare, I pay for their ability to be here. The least they can do is honey, I'm calling ICE.
You just watched Aaron Schlossberg yelling at people in a New York City cafe. Now he's tweeting he's deeply sorry and he's not a racist. In fact, he says he loves diversity. Now, if this is the case, he won't mind a little Spanish on TV. Cambia tu vida. Do something positive now.
Not own up to the title of being a racist, because you are a racist. I'm sorry, when you're telling people that they need to leave this country, when you're telling people and assuming that they're not even citizens here, when you're telling people that they need to be fired and leave the restaurant just because they are speaking Spanish, a different language that you also claim to speak, by the way, you are a racist.
And you know what? I don't like for people to say that they aren't racist. I'm not. You should just show people that you aren't racist, and you shouldn't have to say it at all, period.
Well, it's hard to say that once that video comes out that you're not racist. It's kind of we kind of close the book on that.
Yeah, I think when it is when the light has been shed, as it was with that video going viral, he's like, oh, let me just backpedal here a little bit, because you realize too in that moment of maybe clarity as you watch back the video, maybe he thought, ooh.
Also, I looked his law firm is looking to let him go, so I think that probably incentivized that post as well.
And you know what else did? One of those commas, he checked his balance, and one of those commas disappeared out of his bank account. He's trying to get it back. We know what that means.
Yes. All right, moving on. She may be the greatest tennis player of all time, but Serena Williams has just learned that she will not be seeded in the upcoming French Open. This would be her first major competition since giving birth back in September, but it has a lot of people talking. Are mothers treated unfairly by the sport? Now, this is the WTA, the Women's Tennis Association, and you have two sides. You have one side saying, listen, she was gone for 10 months or 14 months. She shouldn't be seeded number one, even though she left #1, pregnant, right? While the other side is saying she wasn't sick, she wasn't injured, she had a baby, and there should be some evolvement and adjustments to the WTA to accommodate working moms, so to speak.
Right, she absolutely shouldn't be penalized for that. Now, maybe she drops a few, they need to work it out, and I think that that's what they are going to do. They're going to reassess for the next season, but not soon enough. And that's not going to help Serena right now.
At 453rd.
That's what I was going to say,
That's
exactly.
ridiculous.
Right.
So she shouldn't drop that far back. She would have never had that kind of ranking. And it's unfair, as women, we try so hard to juggle.
Right.
Being career women, being moms, being able to take care of the household. And it is a lot, and it takes a village, but you shouldn't be penalized because no man in any sport is going to have that same issue. I mean, yes, if there's an injury and he's gone for a year, but he's not going to be.
Samantha, though, I'm going to say this: these rankings are there for a reason. They're there so we can correctly evaluate who the best player is, who the best athlete is, who the best team is. In college football, they have rankings just the same. And if there's a team that, for whatever reason, didn't play a season, they would have to work their way back up to their rankings. I think sports is the one place where you can say this is just an official, just so we can tell where you are. Are you the 30th best swimmer in the world, or the 1st or the 300th? I mean, I don't feel sorry for Serena. I feel sorry for the first person that she plays, because Serena's going to get up in you.
Would this make sense, though, if, like, when someone comes back? I know, like in Alabama, at a certain age, you have to redo your driver's license again to make sure you can pass the test. Would it make sense, you think, for someone like Serena to come back and be reevaluated and then ranked instead of just starting back at number 400 and something?
I do think that there should be some protocol put in place, and I know they're going to, like you said, reevaluate that going into 2019. But starting from the bottom, only to get back to the top, it's not fair. And you know what? I think this underscores how unjust it is here in America for, and I'll say, paid family leave, paternity leave, maternity leave. There is no mandated family leave here in America. Yes, you'll have certain corporations that will say, I'll give you 6 weeks or 8 weeks or 3 months. My sister's a nurse. She gets none. That's
How did you feel when you came back?
I was broken. I was so broken. At the time, I wasn't honest about it. I was 5-6 weeks postpartum with my Sophie, and I went right back into things because I had to. My work here was very great, and they said take the time that you need, but financially, I needed to get back. And when I went and was suffering from postpartum depression, my doctor, one of the first things my doctor asked me was, how soon did you go back? I did not realize that biologically, when you're separated from your kin that soon, that it does mess with your hormones, and that is one of the precursors to developing postpartum depression. So next time I would stay a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Sad, very sad. All right, we are live. Brett Forrest with news at the moment.
ESPN just revealed its 3rd annual World Fame 100 list, ranking athletes based on search score, endorsement dollars, and social media followers. In other words, the most popular athletes in the world. The top spots go to Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron James, Lionel Messi, Neymar, and Roger Federer. 3 of the top 5 are soccer players. Other notable mentions are Tiger Woods at number 6 and Serena Williams at number 12. She is the highest ranked female athlete on the list. And overall, there were only 12 women represented in the top 100 based on these metrics.
Wow.
Hey, Brett, what was the top sport?
Well, the top sports are the global ones like soccer, golf, tennis, and even cricket. And then sports like NFL, MLB, baseball, hockey, those were, NFL only had 7 players in the list. Baseball, hockey didn't have anyone in the list.
Wow.
Tom Brady, 36.
Wow.
36.
Well, the NFL is regional, really just the United States.
True.
So there's, with soccer, people in Portugal love it, people in Brazil, people in, everybody plays soccer. So I think football. Yes. So I think that's why the top 3 of the top 5 are soccer players.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And happening right now, a New York couple has been trying to kick their 30-year-old son, Michael, out of the house for months. They sent him five eviction letters. He refuses to pay rent or do any chores. And this just in today, they took him to court, and a judge agreed that Michael's got to go. That's what the judge said. Michael says he'll appeal the ruling, but we got to ask CBL Nation, and then we'll chime in. How do you deal with an adult child who won't leave the nest? If any of you have experience, tell us.
Yeah, well, come on, you're 30. Like, first of all, does he have a job? If he has a job, at least pay something, offer to pay something, pitch in for the chores. For goodness sake, you're 30 years old. They have enabled him clearly a little too much.
I was going to say, when you know better, you do better. So I don't know the whole story, but I'm going to blame some of the onus on the parents, because I knew that when I turned 18, either you're going to college or you're going to have your job and you got to contribute.
Right.
And can you evict? Does there have to be a lease for you to evict somebody? Is there a lease? Did he sign a lease? Like all of it just
if he doesn't own the home,
it could have been like a figurative eviction.
Right.
See, and I believe that you can go back home again. I know people. Our own Jeff Schroeder said he went home for a couple of years.
Sure.
But I think there has to be a finish line, a start and a finish. Like you have a plan with your parents. I'm going to come back here, save money for a year and a half, and I will be out of this house by March of next year.
That's a good idea. You got to help out, whether that means Uber, Lyft, whether that means doing chores.
Doing
chores.
I do have to say.
You didn't do any chores.
That my 10-year-old has said, Mom, you know, I want to go. First she said, I don't want to go to sleepaway college. Now she wants to go to Juilliard. Good luck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I want to come back and live at home. Can I come back and live at home? And I'm like, yes, you can. Absolutely. 100. Because I don't want to.
I know. Because I can see some parents doing that. They don't care that Leroy's downstairs on the mustard-colored couch eating graham crackers. He needs to go.
Leroy.
Yeah.
Leroy. Ebony, who's Leroy?
Don't worry about all that.
D-Bell Nation, 65% evict him or her. We're right there with you.
Get out.
Yeah, get out, Leroy. From a wild monkey chase to a horse with all the right moves, Erica Cobb has more top trending stories.
That's right, Sam. A big congrats to Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser. She announced that she just adopted a baby at 45 years old. She's single, running a major city, and is showing that she can really do it all. Watch.
Last year, I decided to start the adoption journey, just knowing that it was a great time in my life and I had so much to share with a baby.
And she's not slowing down anytime soon. She's also running for re-election. You go, Mayor Bowser. Everyone loves the Cupid Shuffle. Even this police horse in Cleveland couldn't resist our favorite line dance. Check it out.
I'm sure Bike Patrol could probably figure out how to do their tricks on bikes. Cleveland Police Bike Patrol, Bicycle Patrol, get out there and do some of this line dance. Hop on one wheel.
I'm betting that horse gets a wedding invite really soon because he dances better than most of the guests. Thanks to the Cleveland Police Foundation for sharing. And an important update to Monkey Watch 2018. After escaping his crate at the San Antonio airport yesterday, this 10-year-old monkey named Dawkins is finally back on the road. Officials found him hiding in a room at the airport and got him back on the way to retire at a wildlife sanctuary. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, we talk to this veterinarian who uses his musical talents to serenade his furry patients.
Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
We're shining the DBL spotlight on the vet with the voice. But first, the two-man crew chows down on something called the Impossible Burger. Don't know what that is? Stick around to find out.
What's up, guys? It's your digital break time, DB. For DBL. I'll stop here. The rap was going nowhere. Very quickly, the camera guy was mad, everybody was mad. All right, Brooke, what's going on?
I liked it.
You did it.
Well, Tara, you just got back from the royal wedding.
I did.
I'm sure you have fatigue from all of that.
A little jet lag.
But this photo is still trending all over the internet. It's one of the most popular photos that came out of that day. It's by a UK Press Association photographer. I'm going to butcher it, but I think it's Yui Mock.
Okay.
And he said how he got this image was he was standing
He was
on
doing
top.
a flip over right now.
Well, I wish, or a drone or something,
Right.
which is what I thought. But he was standing on a balcony leading into the Windsor Castle. They let some photographers on top of a balcony.
What a cool shoot idea.
And he said he was pointed downward and he only had like a second to get this. And look what he got.
That's incredible. Now, if you guys want to close up really quick, couple things here. The forget-me-nots that Harry picked from her garden, Diana's garden. Diana's favorite flower was forget-me-not. He put them in this bouquet. This bouquet is then later transferred to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, and it's a normal thing to do at Westminster Abbey, which she did. But it's a gorgeous shot.
And some people are saying they look like a heart, which is also really
we're going
cute.
a little far now. A little bit too far. Thanks, Brooke. We're going to Leah with a story I want to know about how to save battery on your phone. Let me know, you guys.
Yeah, so this is trending on CNY Central, and they just share a couple of tips about what you could do to save your battery life.
Okay.
The biggest one is Hey Siri or Hey Google. If you've got those activated, that can save 90% turning those off. and only having those on while you're using them.
Okay, good. So we're going to tell you guys how to turn that off because some people don't know, including myself. So if you turn off Hey Siri or Hey Google, they also aren't spying on you, the government.
Yeah.
So this is a win-win
So
for
that's a
everyone.
win-win.
So we will make sure we tell you guys how to do that in the next break. But apparently, Hey Siri, Hey Google can take you down 90%.
Yep, and it's also apps like Snapchat and Facebook that are also still running, even if you double tap and you close the app.
I see.
You have to go into your settings and actually deactivate these by going to the app under the settings.
All right, we'll talk about that more later because that's confusing, right? Right. See you guys.
See ya.
May is National Burger Month, which makes it the best month of all, and the two-man crew wanted to celebrate by putting their taste buds to the test and attempting the impossible. Check this out.
Happy National Burger Month! Today we are in Denver, Colorado at the Thirsty Lion Gastro Pub and Grill.
We're grilling up some incredible burgers here, so let's get inside.
So Al, one of these burgers is not real meat.
That's impossible. What are you talking about?
Exactly. That's why they call it the Impossible Burger. It's impossible to tell whether it's real meat or fake meat. They take plant protein and inject it right in there, so it tastes and looks like they have meat.
I don't believe it.
We're gonna bring in our boy Michael to tell us a little bit more about some of these burgers.
This Impossible Burger is made from plants. You're looking at textured wheat protein, heme, which is a chemical component found in animal structure that gives the Impossible Burger its flavor and texture. It's designed to taste like a real burger. 220 calories, 0 cholesterol, and these are where you're gonna have to determine which one is the Impossible Burger and which one's the other burger.
We're gonna try to do the impossible.
I feel like we're like adult minions.
Let's make the impossible possible. I can't wait to wrap my lips around this.
That's good. And honestly, I thought I was gonna have a prediction.
That's a good burger.
You're pretty sure that's the burger. See, let's go for the left.
All right.
They both taste like burger. They're both delicious. I think I'm a winner with the left side.
We're picking burger number 2 as the Impossible Burger.
There's no tricking you guys.
Yeah?
You're able to identify.
Oh, yeah! Al and I are going to call you the Hamburglar because that Impossible Burger was so good, we're not eating meat anymore. Cheers to National...
Put that down.
Oh, you're right, man. Here we go. Cheers to National Burger Month. They're good. I'm not even
surprised?
kidding. Yeah, I promise you. I'm not just saying this. By the way, thank you, Thirsty Lion.
Yes.
But when we left, I'm like, Al, why wouldn't we just eat this burger and get like the, like the cheddar jack or the, what do you call that? The pepper jack, jalapenos, guacamole, and get one of those burgers. Boom. What an Impossible Burger? Done.
Yes, no cholesterol in these burgers, so come on.
You sure?
You already won 0.
Try it.
Yeah, try it.
A lot of plant-based diet, I tell you what.
Sam,
it's the wave of
you're
the
winning me
future,
over.
man. Oh, are you?
You need to have like a vegan, like when you need to show, you gotta slowly work, bring me to your side.
like a burger.
I will.
I'm down.
Tastes really good. It's almost too meaty for me because it tastes so much like meat. It's the real deal.
When was the last time you had me?
Oh, gosh, 15 years ago.
Oh, wow, so you've retired.
I'm retired. Your taste buds changed. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Yeah.
You ever eaten some meat by mistake?
Yeah, one time at Pink Taco, they put chicken in my nachos and I took a bite. I was really upset.
What happened?
I was upset.
That's it?
We are live for Coffee to Wave Us News at the moment.
Sam, I have your back. I'm a vegetarian too. Right now, new documents reveal Amazon is selling facial recognition technology to police. With this software, police can scan people's faces in real time to find criminals or missing children, but not everyone is happy with this. The ACLU just published a letter saying people should be able to walk freely without being under constant watch by the government.
Do we know if police departments are actually using this?
Yeah, and it's actually being used in Oregon and Orlando right now.
Wow. If you haven't seen Black Mirror on Netflix, this reminds me of Black Mirror episode.
But they already have that at customs. Like when you go to different countries, they have a facial recognition. You don't.
In Italy,
really,
they do.
You don't really even talk to anybody. Like when I went through Australia, I just put my face in the thing and the door opened and I was in Australia.
They were like, fashion.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Okay, looking for some creative things for the kids to do this summer? Erica has some unique summer camps coming in hot.
That's right. Here are some of the coolest summer camps for kids and teens. First, a cooking camp where they don't even have to leave the house. That's right, just call it Camp Sukasa. Kids learn food prep, knife safety, and recipes in an online camp. Sign up at kidscookrealfood.com. Next, building workshops. The Home Depot is offering free workshops all summer for kids. The next class teaches them to build their own wooden toy car. Check your local store for availability. Finally, a roller coaster camp. The Roller Coaster Tours takes adventurous teens to 17 amusement parks across the country, from Cedar Point in Ohio to Universal Studios in Orlando. Sign your kids up for a summer to remember.
Thank you, Erica.
We will be at Camp Daily Blast Live because we're live all summer. We're not taking the summer off.
We don't get a summer.
Sorry, roller coaster camp.
All day.
Yeah.
Samantha, why are you up here standing next to me?
Well, see, okay, so this is why. See, it's vegan, and I wanted to try it, and I want to see if you guys really feel like.
Be honest. Be honest.
Uh-oh. Don't eat our ear.
That's good.
That's good.
Right? Like 100% honest. That tastes like a burger.
Jeff, stop asking her questions.
No, you can just nod. I'm trying to fill in the blanks for her.
Tastes like a burger.
Thumbs up, right?
Samantha Harris approved.
Yes.
Still ahead on Daily Blast Live. You don't want to miss my interview with the vet whose viral videos have melted the nation's hearts.
Guess what, CVL Nation? Even when you're done watching us on TV, you can catch all 3 hours on Facebook and YouTube. When you watch online, you get behind-the-scenes footage, and you get to see our hosts totally unfiltered, something you don't want to miss. I didn't get any of the burger. How come I didn't get any of the burger? I didn't get any burger. Let's go talk to these people. How come I didn't get any burger?
Make sure it's
I will.
You just gotta come up. You gotta be aggressive towards those burgers.
Really?
I'd order that.
You could not tell for real?
No.
And especially, I'm a sauce girl. You like a sauce. You like a sauce.
Lettuce and tomato and onions.
We like a lot of stuff on our stuff.
Is it bad?
No, are they fake onions? No, because that's amazing. I am really upset. So you and I, but if we packed it filled, we wouldn't know.
It tastes like whatever the meat is. You ever had? You like ahi or seared tuna?
Yeah.
If we put
a little
tuna
like
in
that
there
consistency
or something like that.
Okay,
yeah.
so almost like a fishy. Okay.
Not really fishy. It wasn't. And he described it perfectly. You know how hamburger meat is kind of packed. It's a little
looser than that. All right. Well, I mean, it's and Ebony's. You know, we like our food. We want
similar taste.
We want to share. Oh my God, have as much as you want. We have stew salads, which are amazing. But do we want to put the fake meat in the stew salad? I don't know. If maybe they'd given me some, I could test it out. So let me know your favorite non-meat foods. Your favorite meatless foods. Is it a pasta? Is it a salad? Is it a fake meat product?
Angel hair pasta with red sauce.
Forever. You could do that.
And can I do tuna?
Yeah, I'm gonna say pescatarian's allowed in this question. Okay. So what is your red meat chicken? Like what is, you can have fish, but what is your non-meat favorite? I would have to, I would say carbs. I mean, I'm just gonna go with pasta every time.
And rice.
And rice?
Anything with rice and gravy and.
Okay, and I like the salsa with paella. I wouldn't mind a paella.
Is that how you say it?
I think so.
Paella?
Paella? If I'm saying this wrong, don't correct me because I feel like I know.
Tell her she's wrong.
I'm definitely right. I didn't get any burger. I'm still real mad. All right, write me your favorite.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Today, we're shining the DBL spotlight on Dr. Ross Henderson, a vet whose voice soothes all species. Take a look.
Calming Classics has turned the singing vet into an internet sensation. Veterinarian Ross Henderson sings and plays guitar for his pet patients at his family's animal clinic in Lakewood, Colorado. The soothing tunes can make a scary visit to the vet a bit less stressful for our furry friends.
The vet with the velvet voice. Dr. Ross Henderson joins us now. Hi, Dr. Ross.
Hi, Samantha. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing wonderful now that you're here. Why did you start performing for your pet patients?
Man, honestly, I'm either playing music or helping animals, and the guitar ended up at the vet hospital. I mean, it's simple as that.
But it's not simple. It's not. It is so selfless, and I can only imagine it's helping the animals. How do the animals respond to your music?
You know, the way I originally thought about it was that, I mean, the vet hospital can be very scary. Obviously, most animals don't make it to the vet hospital except maybe once a year, so it's a very unfamiliar place. But music's very familiar. It's often involved with normal family life. So
what do pet owners say?
It's actually been ramping up as far as how much it comes up. My brother and dad, I also work with them, but oftentimes my brother will be in a room and be like, "Are you the singing vet? Are you going to sing to my animal?" And he's like, "No, that's my brother," you know. So or I'll have clients as they're leaving be like, "Do you use your guitar here?" So it is funny just how it's kind of become a thing at the office.
Sometimes we have animals here that are up for adoption, and I can tell that they get nervous. I hope one day that you can come join us here live at Daily Blast Live and maybe sing to some of the animals that we bring in.
Honestly, when I realized you guys were about 15-20 minutes away, I was like grabbing my guitar. I was like, "Yay! Let's do this." So I'll bring the puppies, the guitar, and we got to make something happen.
Yes.
Come on.
We'll do an adopt-a-thon somehow with you. We'll do an adopt-a-thon where you're playing for the animals. So stand by. We will get in touch with you. And thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome. Very, very nice to meet you, Samantha.
Yeah. There's a couple people in this studio that were...
Did you see that at the end?
Jeff, say what I'm thinking.
Listen, nobody even knew that was about adopting a pet.
Yeah.
First of all, it's not about adopting a pet. We might do an adopt-a-thon here. The invitation still stands, Doc. It was about a singing vet. Yeah, I invited him on the show because we're going to do an adopt-a-thon.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, I think he's fantastic.
Right.
What was that, Arash? He's just down the street. We know, Arash. We know. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
and awing over that vet. They're saying he looks like my husband, which is very complimentary. Brooks, I'll see you tonight. Hello. Weird, too weird. Okay, camera guy wins. Not good. Chris didn't like it. Guys, I'm looking, thank you for writing in your favorite meat lists. Recipes. Some people said veggie burritos. Some people said smoothies. I'm lactose intolerant, and I don't do well with oh yeah, that's right. Dre is too. I don't do well even with oh my God. Is it just this pod? Anywho, what's in the water? What are some good smoothies that aren't really dairy-based? I can do a yogurt, maybe, but it just upsets me. So what I'm looking for is like a peanut butter, banana, strawberry, but what do I mix it with that isn't dairy?
Almond milk.
See, but
it's
even
my
that
favorite. Coconut milk is delicious.
Okay, I haven't tried coconut.
Yes.
Oat milk.
Everyone's coming out of the woodwork for
my
this.
coffee today.
So
And
I had oat milk
delicious.
So in England, oat milk is what they do right away, and I'd never heard of it.
Love it.
So oat milk. Yeah, that's a thing.
So fancy.
Oh. Is it, darling? So you want to know something funny? In England, at Starbucks or anywhere you go, when you want to like, can I have a sugar-free vanilla soy latte to go? They say, "For here's a takeaway." And I was like, "What?" And you know when you don't know, so you just and so I went like this, You know when you don't know and you just answer yes.
One for each.
Right, and they're like, "No, for here takeaway." So it's for here or takeaway. So to go is takeaway there.
It sounds like they left out the word.
Yeah, it was for here takeaway. And the whole time I just went. And I look like, and they hated me. So if you're ever going to London or England,
get on John Oliver?
Yeah, I did get on John Oliver, but that was because I was mocked because of my accent.
Still.
I'm still on HBO.
Showtime is Showtime. Yes.
HBO.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We were just talking about Dr. John Mayer and how helpful he was.
He's quite incredible. I know that I recently had to put my dog baby at the vet for 3 days, and it was it's a harrowing experience for the animal, and it's really made me uncomfortable. But if I would have had that vet,
the one that looked like a model?
The one singing to my dog to make sure my dog felt more at ease, it would have changed everything.
We're going to have to get him in here and figure it out.
Yes, we are. The stories never stop. We're live.
Very grumpy about this Dr. John Mayer vet. Jeff, why so grumpy about the John Mayer vet? He seems very nice.
Brooks looks exactly, that singing vet is Brooks's doppelganger.
And you want to know something? Brooks, my husband, sings and plays guitar to our dogs.
Can you text Brooks and say you have a
already
doppelganger?
have.
What did he say?
Well, I was like, can we get some wine for dinner? Maybe a steak dinner? And then he was like, why are you being so romantic? And I was like, nothing.
Listen.
Why are you so grumpy about it?
I'm not grumpy at all. Okay. I want him to come in. But I just don't like the double standard
It's
of
true.
like, if there's a beautiful woman on screen and I say something, you know what I mean? You guys know exactly what I mean.
The camera guy, Chris, is like, we do.
But when Sam's voice goes, if you're in an interview and you go, and it goes,
It didn't do that. It did do that.
It did do that. It definitely did.
It did this. No,
so
that's
what
true.
I'm saying.
Now, we did have a...
and by the way, he looks exactly like Tori's husband. He does. Your husband looks like John Mayer. What did I say? John Mayer
mixed with Tom Brady?
No. Jesus.
That's
Maybe I did.
Tom Brady. Let's go with that one. So we're about to hit the third show. Coffee, please. Lots of sugar. I'm just kidding. Courtney is the best. She knows that I take vodka no matter what. So I'm going to be up at here, which is what we call the desk. I know, it's crazy. I want to thank you guys for reaching out about oat milk and cashew milk. I heard about that. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a shot because I don't do milk well. So let me know what you guys think any other non-dairy smoothie feelings. Thanks, guys.
Today on Daily Blast Live, American Idol crowns its new winner. But even the loser didn't go home empty-handed. Serena Williams is ready for the French Open, but is the tournament punishing her for giving birth? Charlize Theron is channeling her inner Megyn Kelly. We've got the scoop on the Oscar winner's new role. And couldn't make the royal wedding? How you can snag an official swag bag. Daily Blast Live starts right now.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Yes. And look at here.
Look at here.
It's TV host Samantha Harris right here. You know her from Dancing with the Stars and Entertainment Tonight, and she's with us all week.
I am, and I think I still have green in my teeth from lunch. Is that declassified?
Totally normal.
Okay. We're friends now.
Okay,
I'll check.
right.
Yeah, so is the DBL Nation.
Look, maybe in the back.
Yeah, okay.
We'll
I won't smell too big.
No, it's good. It's good. You look great. We're happy you're here.
Good.
All right. And in honor of Samantha, did you watch Dancing with the Stars season finale yesterday? Came down to figure skater Adam Rippon, Washington Redskins cornerback Josh Norman, and figure skater Tanya Harding. Here's the big moment.
The winners and champions of Dancing with the Stars athletes are Adam and Jenna.
All right, you hosted for 8 seasons.
Yes.
We need the inside scoop. What do you think about this season?
Well, you know, so I was watching all the freestyles because really I think that's what it comes down to for the winner. You could really make it or break it with that freestyle. We remember Marie Osmond maybe with her baby doll dances. It kind of lost her the mirror ball. So last night I really wanted them to bring it, and I think that Adam was fun, and he's definitely, of course, as a skater, he is more agile, he's younger, so he could do more moves than Tanya, although I didn't think that he did enough. But you know, the laser lights and the smoke effects, there's so much going on that you don't actually get to see the dancing so well.
So maybe on purpose.
Yes, well, and the ensemble. So, you know, go back to the olden days when I was on the show.
So, who was your favorite back when you were on?
Well, first of all, I like that they had no ensemble dancers, they had no crazy lighting effects, and no fog, so you could really see the dancing. So I want to say Shawn Johnson was my favorite freestyle. Yes, the Olympian. Look, there she is with Derek Huff right now, her freestyle dance in the finale. And I mean, come on.
Yes,
that's what you need to do. You need to bring it out, everything. And she was dancing full out. Whereas I think that last night, Adam and Tanya and even Josh, although I really liked, if you guys watched Josh and him and his shirtlessness, it was good. I would have voted for him just based on that.
Real quick, what do you think about Tanya Harding being even on the cast?
I kind of think it was a misstep on their part. No pun intended.
I gotcha. All right, a lot of people felt that way. I'm surprised she made it to the top 3.
I'm shocked that she made it to the top 3, but clearly she has a forgiving audience.
Or the producers wanted to keep her, because the people are tuning in to see that, really.
I think that's
Train wreck
it.
that happens.
Yeah.
All right, we are live. A new video just into the studio right now. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, a.k.a. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, made their first public appearance since the wedding. She wore this ivory dress and hat. It was for Prince Charles' 70th birthday. Oh. Kinda. It was a party in the gardens of Buckingham Palace. Prince Harry made the announcement when he had an unfortunate run-in with Mother Nature. What? Watch this.
To protect a particular species under threat, with which William and I draw inspiration from every day. To save an sorry, that beat really got me.
Did it really sting him?
That's the word on the street.
Oh, he really had his guy. I would have been freaking out.
But get this, I said kind of it was Prince Charles' birthday. It's not his birthday. It's 6 months to his birthday. So why celebrate so early?
Because when you're 70, you can do what you want. But also other milestones. I think of, like, you know how much we love Real Housewives on the show. Real Housewives of Atlanta, Cynthia Bailey celebrated her 50th birthday for the full year and had because she had all these 50-cent milestones. And if you want to do that, then I say do it.
No, you get down to the nuts and bolts. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I'm just saying no. No, you can't do that one day.
I was going to say, you get down to the nuts and bolts of it. They just had a big wedding. They had God knows what budget for the flowers. They're being economical. I appreciate this. I applaud you, Queen.
I think a lot of this actually, and a lot of the flowers went to the hospice, which was really, really nice, was donated. But it's the 1-year anniversary of the Manchester Arena bombing, so I think that was also important to have first responders there.
Right,
but yeah, when you're 70 and the next in line to the throne, you can throw yourself a 70th birthday when you're 90. You can do whatever you want.
You're just saying that because you're waiting to throw yourself a 6-month party.
Can't wait.
Your birthday was a month long this year.
It really was.
It was.
January. They hated it.
I thought it was great because it actually made it seem like I was doing less, and I'm generally doing the most.
Oh, that makes it good.
She did that for you.
Thank you, Tora.
You're welcome.
All right, let's move on because last night was the Miss USA competition, and Miss Nebraska Sarah Rose Summers took the top prize, but everyone is talking about the show's efforts to stay relevant during the Me Too era by airing this segment during the show. Check it out.
Have you ever had a Me Too moment?
Yes.
Yes. Sadly, yes.
I've never really brought it up within an interview. I was very young.
At 18, I was held down and publicly sexually assaulted by 2 of my coworkers at a children's camp.
Oh, God.
It's so disturbing in so many levels. I don't know about you guys. I am really conflicted by this. That was an incredibly moving montage of the girls. I appreciate that they spoke to it. I think it's important, of course, with the Me Too movement. However, the dichotomy of girls strutting in bikinis with high heels and then wanting to capitalize, which is really what I feel the show did instead of just honor the Me Too movement. I kind of feel like they were capitalizing on it.
See, I totally disagree with you.
That's a good take.
It's an interesting take, but here's the thing. I think a lot of people think of sexual assault victims as these victims that are recluses and they suffer.
No, don't.
I do, honestly, and I think it takes a big step for the big girls, the popular girls to say, hey, this happens to me too, no pun intended. I think it was a great step forward, and I don't have a problem with the bikini. I think if they are feminists and want to show off their body and they're physically able and fit, why not?
No, because I have so much to say on this, and I don't want to get so you go.
No, I think this is ultimately the reason why I don't identify and call myself a feminist, because I think that there's such a spectrum of what people feel feminism is or being a feminist is, especially when we have the conversations of we took so long to come away from what she was wearing as a part of the narrative of the conversation of sexual assault. And the moment that we have this situation where these young girls, some of whom are teenagers, are saying to everyone, I am the victim of a sexual assault, which means that they are speaking to not only the people in that room, but every single girl that's out there or boy that's listening and can say, #me too.
Yep.
So I don't really want to extrapolate like what it comes down to in terms of them wearing a bikini. It's a competition. We all understand what the nature of
They know what it
these
is.
girls go on to become models. They come on to be actresses. They go on to do all of these things in Hollywood, and that's all fine and dandy. But the moment that they want to have a true conversation about their own personal experiences, we have a problem with it and we want to nitpick it. I just don't think that it does a service to any victim in any capacity.
How about, and I agree with what you're saying, how about this, just to throw this out there, and I know you just said that, what if they did take away the bikini competition? Would you be okay then with the Miss America pageant?
No, I think that they are separate things. You don't need to, yes, these women deserve an incredible platform to be able to speak their truth. Look, there's not one pretty woman in the world who hasn't been harassed at some point in her life. So yes, it is great, like you said, Tori, that the popular girls speak to it, yes. However, you can't have it both ways. I have 2 little girls, and I fear for my girls and the girls of the generation that is coming up. I go to the mall, and I see girls with short cutoffs where you can see really practically their private parts with their tush hanging out. I don't want my girls walking around like that. If the difference,
I don't think it matters what they wear.
It does.
Yes, I do not think it matters. I disagree with you.
But you know what?
You could be walking around naked and you don't do sexual assault.
No, you're right. Not for sexual assault, but I get what you're saying. I wouldn't want my daughter dressed like that.
Here's what
And
because this is getting kind of carried
don't cross
away.
the sexual assault. I'm just saying, class-wise, I would never let my daughter wear something like that.
Well, that's what it is. But here's what it is. If we're going to keep these competitions around, we need to promote body positivity. That means, what is your best body? Get rid of the bikini competitions. I love that Miss America is so much more about scholarship and education, articulation, talent. The message is to our daughters of what they can be capable of doing. We have to find our best body. And in these types of things where they're strutting around, they don't need to be in a bikini, because maybe their best body part, their best feature, isn't their stomach. Maybe their best body part isn't their thighs. So then let's switch to workout gear. You can tell if they're fit. If this is truly about fitness, which is what the argument is that I'm hearing here, then the truth is, let's go in fitness gear. If your legs are your best part, your best feature, wear a little short.
But you're bringing it down to clothing again. It all comes back to what did they wear. I hear what you're saying.
It's not about that. You're taking that out of context.
But let me just say that it takes a certain type of survivor to admit, I am the victim of a sexual assault and I still own my body as my own.
Yeah, I agree.
And I can do whatever and express myself in whatever way I deem fit. And sometimes that's the most empowering thing you can do as a victim of sexual assault. So I'm not going to bag on these girls, and I'm not going to say that they shouldn't be in bikinis after they've worked so hard for that element.
I'm not bagging on the girls. I'm bagging on the production team. That's what I've got to say.
Great conversation, guys, from all of you. Thank you, guys. Using your smartphone may actually be making you less productive. Great transition. Ebony Steele has the story coming in hot.
Yes, Americans check their phones about, wait for it, about 80 times a day, and it can be a productivity killer. The Huffington Post says there are some key times to put the phone away. Just put it down. First, when you wake up in the morning, reading texts, emails, and the news first thing can be overwhelming, and you start working on things you didn't intend to. Also, stop looking at your phones during meetings. You think you're being productive, but other people in the room feel less valued. Plus, you miss important information. Finally, you lose your phone during productive hours. Figure out your peak productivity windows and make them no phone zones to maximize your efficiency. And never use your phone at work.
All right, thank you, Ebony. Sam Shocker, what's coming up on Daily Blast Live?
Official royal wedding goodie bags are already hitting the internet. How you can get your hands on one, well, for a price. Is the French Open punishing Serena Williams for being a mom? This story has you fired up, and parents are taking their son to court because he won't move out. You, the viewer, are the fifth host. Your comments coming up next.
continue this most fascinating discussion. The third hour gets really involved, so I like it a lot. We want to say, someone said here, John Grindle, yoga pants versus swimsuits. I don't see this. I don't see
conversation we've had.
Yoga pants.
Yes. Yoga pants.
Yoga pants versus swimsuits. John Grindle says, I don't see the difference. So tell me why you see the difference in a workout gear as opposed to a bikini.
Here, well, you know what? Let me actually
talk to John. He's
okay. Hey, John. Look, I'll even bring this from a personal level, and as a mom, you know, I did. Don't go googling this. I did an issue of FHM magazine. I did it prior.
Everyone Googles.
I almost wanted to look it up myself.
I did it prior.
I wanted to even ask you when you were in Chicago on Broadway as Roxy Hart. You had to
I wasn't in a bikini though. I was in a
you
little
were
dress. No, I was in a dress. I was
you had to wear fishnets.
Wait, hold on. But so when I did FHM, I did it, and I did it specifically because I didn't know what my body was going to look like after a baby. I hadn't been pregnant yet, so I did it. But now since having kids, I don't want to. As I looked at things, I'm happy to be on a magazine cover in like a sports bra and little shorty shorts.
Do you really see
I do.
Okay,
the connotation is that I am fit, I am healthy, and that's what I'm promoting.
And a bikini can't say that.
I don't think it does.
You don't think so either?
No.
I don't think
Why
it
is
does.
that?
I think it does. We're
Why can't a bikini?
We work out
Because
because
it
we know.
doesn't.
Yes, but couldn't you do it in
It's not a
little
question of
in a sports
it doesn't.
bra?
And by the way, I'm a guy.
I know, but
So
your
I'm
male
respectful
perspective.
I'm being
way.
on the side that was actually in it, and it was for the physical fitness.
You're dealing with 100 years of bikinis and what they represent.
But why can she do it on the cover of a magazine, but I can't
I don't
do
know,
it?
because are you doing squats in your bikini? Let me tell you, that bikini bottom goes right up your tush. Like you get a nice
No, I
wedgie.
mean, you don't
when you're trying
do
to squats
it
in a-
on.
Right,
I mean,
that's
like
my
when I
point.
did fitness competitions, first of all, the suit that I wore was not the type of suit that you could actually
competition is
go and
also
get
different.
in.
It's very different.
You know, it's a special like
You gotta glue it on.
Yeah, it's made to.
Substantiate a difference between the two.
But that's different to me also because that is very
to a
specific
man.
to celebrating fitness.
But there are women
and
judges and women
specifically-
watching. The majority is women.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. More young adults are moving back in with their parents, but one New York couple is evicting their son through the Supreme Court. They say their 30-year-old son won't move out of their house. Court documents say the son received 5 notices saying he must leave immediately, but the son argues he was not given enough time. So this got you talking, DBL Nation, and Jeff Schroeder has your comments. Take it away, Jeff.
It sure did, and let's get straight to your comments. Tori.
We have a funny moment at the end of the show. All right, Christopher writes us on Facebook, my mother at the age of 75 now lives with me. So be careful, parents. What goes around comes around. We are not the only boomerang generation. Totally fair thing to say. I think I'm a caretaker. I took care of my mother. She was ill. Anyone that's staying to take care and helps out, I have no issue with this. I also think in this gig economy, I don't mind people staying at home and saving for rent. I really don't. If you aren't supplying, obviously, yeah. But if you're staying home, taking care, doing the dishes, doing stuff like that, I have a zero issue because do you know how expensive it is to rent out there?
Yeah. Listen, Mom.
Why is my voice up here?
I wouldn't mind coming home, Mom. Just telling you right now.
Are you going to fix the cupboards if they're broken?
Sure.
Okay, there you go. All right. All right. Penny, watching from Atlanta on 11 Alive, says it's their own fault for how this man was raised, not to not respect himself or his parents. Our job is to make them self-sufficient.
Are you going to kick your kids out at a certain age?
It's going to be really hard. Yeah. I don't want to be an enabler, but I'm kind of feeling like I might be.
They're still young.
7 and 10, I'm not kicking them out tomorrow.
All right.
Would you kick them out if they wanted to come back and save some money after college?
I think that it is kind of expected of this millennial generation to come back home, save some money for a couple of years. I think I would be okay with that. But I agree. You want them to participate. Look, my kids are already at doing their dishes, and my 10-year-old started doing her laundry the other day. She's like, well, it was really full. And I said, who started the laundry? She's like, I did.
Wow.
It's like, yes.
Good job.
Score mom points.
Yes, Samantha.
All right, thank you guys for your comments. We are live, and Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment.
Well, the new premiere date for Big Brother was just announced. Julie Chen just posted this new photo about 10 minutes ago, which reveals the big day as June 27th. Now, this will be season 20 for the show and 18 years since it first debuted.
Wow, season 20.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, it seems like I was on season 11 and 13, so it seems like a lifetime ago. But I still remember everything like it was yesterday. And good, good on CBS. I mean, with all their reality shows, Survivor, Amazing Race, Big Brother.
Would you do it again if you had a chance?
I don't think so. With kids, and my time is past. There's new characters.
Right.
Characters, I say. But there's new people on, and
what if you could do you, Jordan, and the baby?
No, without all the other house guests, it'd just be a reality show.
With the other house guests.
No.
No, okay.
No.
It's Family Big Brother. Next, coming to a screen near you.
Ooh, you're onto something there. Would you like your own little piece of the royal wedding? Al has details coming in hot.
Jeff, listen up. I got something for you. One of the royal wedding swag bags that were given to the guests at Windsor Castle? You can get one for just a few $1,000s. That's right. Attendees are putting their gift bags on eBay. Tacky. Some bids are already over 15 grand. Now you'll get a bag with Harry and Meghan's initials on them and the wedding date. Wow. Inside you'll find a bottle of water. Oh my gosh. And a giant chocolate coin if you're 8. Fridge magnet and some shortbread, as well as a commemorative letter and other collectibles that aren't worth $15,000. Now, DBL Nation, if you had a royal wedding bag, would you sell it?
Quickly, Tori.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Totally. I mean, yeah. 15 grand for some shortbread, sell it all the way.
Maybe you could get more if you saved up for like 10
That wasn't quickly. All right, coming up on Daily Blast Live, Serena Williams is all set for the French Open, but is the tournament punishing her for giving birth? And next, a fan favorite, Al Jackson sounds off on the craziest viral videos he could find.
Hi guys, it's Lex. I'm here with the Digital Team, giving you the top trending stories during the breaks. Right now, from CBS Philly is a trending article where TSA is offering tips to make summer travel a breeze. Now, I'm from the East Coast, so I do tend to travel quite a bit to go see my family and my friends back home. And they're saying some tips include early airport arrival. Get there on time or early. Make sure you account for traffic, parking, rental car returns. They're saying to use social media. We're talking about the tips to make summer travel a breeze. Goodbye, Tori. Okay. Follow the rules, especially like liquids, carry-on rules. That really drags people down. Additionally, just like be prepared. Don't wear like shoelaces that go up to your knees or a complicated outfit where you know you're gonna have to take your belt off. And just travel safely, guys. Traveling is difficult and everyone is stressed during the summer about it, so just follow some of the rules and make it easier for everyone. Kelly's got more stories.
Well, one of the most annoying things about TSA is packing your makeup, so that kind of shifts us to our next makeup story. Model Rose Huntington-Whiteley has just announced that she is getting in on the makeup game. Now, we saw this be pretty successful with Rihanna's Fenty collection. You know, we've seen it with Kim Kardashian West. So we're wondering, is it too late for her to be getting on in this? Celebrities kind of seem to be taking over the makeup industry, so someone who's not technically at the notoriety level of these other stars might have some competition ahead. But her company is called Rose Inc., which I think her name's perfectly fitting for if you're going to have a makeup brand, why not do that? There's a little bit known about it right now, but if you want some more information, you can actually go to an Instagram account called Rose Inc. that is just created about it. And you know, she is beautiful. Models obviously work with makeup day in and day out, so I do trust her authority on this. We're just wondering how competitive her line will be when you think about Fenty pretty much dominating the game right now. So DBL Nation, write us in about what makeup products you like. Do you think celebrities should be, putting their hand into the makeup industry? I kind of always question if they're doing it just as another name drop item. But that's a personal preference, and we want to hear from you guys. So keep commenting, keep writing in, and stay tuned for the next break. Still wearing a snug.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. It's time now for everyone's favorite segment, Al Sounds Up.
Yeah, it is.
Favorite comedian, Mr. Al Jackson.
My man, what's up?
Al's about to go off on the wildest stories he could find. Let's get right into it, Al.
All right.
On last night's Alaska, the Final Frontier, the ladies install a stove and are forced to use both brains and brawn. Check this out, Al.
All right.
We need to move the stairs because right now, when we put the stove in, it will be too close to where the couch is, and that would be a fire hazard. And in a log house, you don't want to have potential fire hazards. Some of those joints were really stuck together, so I ninja kicked them. Your computer not working? Ninja kick.
ninja kick.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that she cracked the code. You're not supposed to have fire in an all-wood house.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, nothing gets past this girl. I mean, it's like, I do like that she just kicked her furniture. It's like literally the worst thing you could do. You could also get some tools and a plan, but instead she turns to kick things, and I kind of respect that.
I kind of like it.
All right, well done, girl.
All right, here we go. Al, what do you get when you put a stick, a 4-year-old, and a piñata together?
What?
A terrified onlooker, of course. Enjoy this viral video.
Oh my goodness. This piñata owe her $50. She did turn around to Peppa Pig and go, "You're next, bacon boy." I do like this girl. She's starting her own gang, and I'm going to be the first one in there. Well done, little girl.
I like it. I like it. All right, Al, check out this groom who goes in for his pregnant bride's garter. Wow. And comes out with a little surprise. Enjoy.
All right, Jeff, this starts out already kind of weird, and he pulls out a baby. Surprise, it's disgusting. I don't like it that he threw the baby. I'm like, let's just keep the traditions at weddings, you know, like putting your hand up your wife's dress while her dad watches.
Absolutely. Everyone loves that
That's
one.
That's right.
That's comedian Al Jackson. Everyone loves this guy, too. And that's Al Sounds Off. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, a shocking NSYNC revelation. Did Shaquille O'Neal really launch their career? And a mother of 4 goes back to school, proving it's never too late to finish what you start.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Did you know that a...
Hello. Sorry, I was reading. Someone here wrote...
She's reading comments about herself.
I happened to be reading comments. Thomas McGee said it was good to see me back, so I was saying hello back. Also, there's some rude comments about Jeff that I'd like to read. No, I'm just kidding.
I would like to see those.
Okay, well, we'd like to also talk to Einar Slåblom from Oslo, Norway is watching. Hello from Oslo.
Oh, I've been wanting to go to Norway. Norway and Denmark and Finland. I really want to go to
They are the most progressive countries in the world.
Very cool
talking about, we're going to talk about Serena Williams and giving birth, and this is a great transition. In Finland and Norway, you get Norway, you get up to 3 years off for paternity and maternity leave, which just seems so civilized. They have a lot, a strong belief in family leave. So we're going to talk about Serena Williams here. We want to know what you think about her having to take a step back from giving birth and ranking. I'd be interested because you're the sports guy. What do you want to preview your thoughts, or you want to save it for camera?
I'll save it.
Okay, I like it. Erica, you're going to
Do I think 453? Is that the correct number?
Yeah, she was just,
ranking?
unseated because she took some time off to give birth.
Is it tad?
A tad low.
Sorry, what's your Instagram?
I am Tori.
I am Tori Schilling.
I don't know this. So what does it mean? Does she have to
So I have this,
more?
yes, and she has to compete against someone, and she probably won't make the French Open, which means she won't get to 4 titles. Like, there's usually 4 big ones. Because of this seed, she won't be able to get into the French Open.
I will say this.
So it does
alter
her.
She does have to win. You know what I mean? No matter what your seed is, you still have to win.
Exactly. Yeah, failing to be seeded this season will leave her hopes of a 4th French Open title in serious jeopardy. So this will affect her record.
She's already the best.
You know what I mean? When you're the best, you want to keep being the best.
It makes it more like a comeback story. Like, you want to put me at 453?
Honestly, I think it's a disservice.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Today's Heart Threads is all about accomplishing your goals at any age. Janine went back to school in 2009, and while most of her classmates were in their 20s, she didn't let anything hold her back.
This mom is making her dream come true alongside her son. 61-year-old Janine Dinsmore hasn't been to school since 1974. The mother of 4 decided to finish what she started and re-enroll in 2009 while working 3 jobs. Now she's a college graduate with a degree in child development.
Most of the people in my classes are in the 20-somethings and old enough to be their mom. And some of them their grandma.
Janine's youngest son, Joshua, saw her success firsthand since he was graduating from the same school at the same time.
It was not planned.
No. He's like, no.
It was not planned.
I made a promise that I wasn't going to embarrass him, so if he wanted to talk to me, he could say hi.
The mother-son duo has supported each other throughout the journey. While Janine studied and Joshua switched majors, they had each other's backs.
Anybody who thinks that they should not go back to school, don't think that. They need to go back. The reward is so awesome.
It's never too late.
Yes. Mazel tov.
Follow your dreams.
Oh,
I like
mazel,
that.
mazel, mazel.
That's all you got? Mazel?
That means a lot.
And congratulations.
That means, I think it means the same.
You're learning. You're learning. That's right.
How much more time we got? All right. If you're leaving us right now, we can still just watch us on Facebook and YouTube. Here's what's coming up on Daily Blast Live.
Do it.
Congratulations.
Is Serena Williams being punished for having a baby? Why a lot of you are saying yes. He's a veterinarian with the voice of an angel.
Red roses too.
How his songs put pets at ease. And Jeff and Al take on the Impossible Burger.
I can't wait to wrap my lips around this.
Could the two-man crew tell the difference between real meat and fake? More DBL right after this. About guys, I was just finding out she's also a member of the tribe. Juice. We have a he always makes fun of me when I go. No, this is rock out. We can still rock out in tribe. So we were saying.
Wait, no, we can just do a Jewish star.
A Jewish star.
There we go.
It's like this. So she was saying her 10-year-old has to like start thinking about bat mitzvah dates, which comes.
No,
when
we
you
did
guys
not
are-
think it. Like we already
You
had
have to pick it.
Yeah, and
Isn't that
I got the email saying you need to come. This is like 6 months ago, and she's only 10. You need to come to a meeting. We're picking bat mitzvah dates
From the school?
From
The
the
Hebrew
synagogue,
school,
and
yeah,
I said,
synagogue.
I think you mistakenly emailed me. I think it's for next year.
No, they have to
I said,
prepare.
no, this is for you, 2020. What?
Insane. So what you guys don't know is a lot of bat mitzvahs and bar mitzvahs have themes at their party. I had a normal
What was yours?
one. Mine was a winter. Tori's winter evening. Whatever.
Very
It was at the Ritz, and there
Where'd
was
you come up with that?
because it was in February. And it was beautiful.
In
There
what
was
state?
icicles, and the trees had candles. But now, yeah, and in DC. But now I've had some really over the top. One person had a Disney one, and she flew in on a zip line as Peter Pan, and it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
That's awesome.
And then,
Mine.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had done it.
My bat mitzvah back in 1986, November 21st, 1986. My bat mitzvah theme was, this will not be a shocker to many, was Broadway.
I could see that.
And the kids' table were the house seats.
Of course.
That was for the luncheon. And then every other table had a different Broadway show as a theme.
Next week.
But so it like had a sculpture in the middle, not a sculpture, like a cutout. It was like cats, but then my face. And then it was like, hello, Dolly, and then
But
my
your
face.
face.
Like this.
Let me tell you, this is all for the tribe because I've been to 4 bar and bat mitzvahs. Didn't notice anything.
You didn't have a theme?
I didn't notice it.
No, you gotta notice the theme.
I
You gotta
didn't
get a
notice
big sign.
it. It seemed like rich people.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We want to welcome TV host Samantha Harris to the panel.
Hey, yesterday you announced me as Emmy-winning TV host, and I'm just saying, I'm here a day now that I get to drop that title.
You know what? If I were you,
I'll
I
say
would
it.
totally make that correction. Please
I'll call you
welcome
Emmy.
Emmy-winning TV host Samantha Harris.
Totally just given a lot of shade as a joke.
That's
I
not
know
funny
really
because if
care
I
that
won an
much.
Emmy, I would have a T-shirt that said,
Well, I kinda
I'd be like, please introduce me as Dr. Jeff. That makes no sense at all.
No.
All right. Maybe I won an Emmy for my doctor performance.
Your
maybe.
doctor performed?
Dr. Ramore, what was that from?
Dr. Drake Ramore?
Yeah, from Friends.
We're right on course right now. All right, we are live. Raquel Villanueva with news at the moment.
Well, right now, the lawyer who went viral for screaming at people speaking Spanish is saying he's sorry. Here's a look at the original video.
And my guess is they're not documented. So my next call is to ICE to have each one of them kicked out of my country. If they have the balls to come here and live off of my money, I pay for their welfare, I pay for their ability to be here. The least they can do is honey, I'm calling ICE.
You just watched Aaron Schlossberg yelling at people at a New York City cafe. Now he's tweeting he is deeply sorry and that he is not a racist. In fact, he says he loves diversity. Now, if that's the case, he won't mind a little Spanish on TV. Cambia tu vida. Do something positive now.
Wow. Yeah.
What an insincere apology.
The racism, I always think that's interesting, and I think this with the body cams on police officers. The racism hasn't changed. It's always been there. The cameras have changed.
Right.
Now we see it, and I think it's important. If you start to see someone, that phone can be very, very powerful.
Yes.
You can take an empire down with that phone. So use it wisely, because it has helped many, many people take down people you usually could not have done anything.
Can I bring up a point? You know, he said in that video, speak English because you're in our country now. Can you imagine how challenging it must be to come to a new country, ideally for a better life, and then have to completely try to also learn not only the customs and the ways, but also the language? It takes time, and not all people do it. Some people have been here for 20 years and they haven't done it.
Right.
But really, I think it's a challenge. And
do we speak Native American languages? No. Well, we took their land, so come on now.
Well, I think what it really comes down to is when people are like, oh, is it racist, is it not? It's like what's done in the dark will come to the light. So when you do things amongst your circles and you feel so comfortable, then it's so easy for it to spill out. That's the reason why it's really important to take inventory over your words and actions, even when no one else is watching. Because the moment that they are, you are on that stage, and that tells you everything that everyone needs to know about you.
Yeah, it'll never leave.
All right, moving on. She may be the greatest tennis player of all time, but Serena Williams has just learned that she will not be seeded in the upcoming French Open. This would be her first major competition since giving birth back in September, but it has people talking. Our mother's treated unfairly by the sport, meaning she's ranked number 453rd in the world right now, and she left the sport in September at number 1.
Jeff, what do you think about this? You're a sports guy.
Listen, I'm going to tell you that she does need to battle her way back because she was off for a certain period of time. So I'm going to give you that 453. That's an unlikely number.
Extreme.
I look back to Michael Jordan. He didn't give birth or anything, but he left for the death of his father. When he came back to the Chicago Bulls. Had there been a draft, do you think Michael Jordan would be drafted 453rd?
Right. Did he start when he came back?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And maybe that's different because it's a team sport versus an individual, so that has probably something to be said.
But is there something to be said about giving birth? Do you think it takes away from your physical ability after a year?
You need to ask that question. Well, wait a second. Okay, but I'll backtrack a second, because does it take away from your physicality? I jumped in before you ended.
Do you think this is going to affect Serena is what I'm asking?
Look, if she's been off the court for an entire year, which I don't believe she's been off the court for an entire year.
Yeah, she's been off and on, right?
So then that's really what you're being judged on. But put her back in, let her play, and she'll show you who's boss. And if she's not as good as she was, well, then that, at least it's proof in the pudding.
And Sharapova, just so you guys know, says, quote, she wants her to have a higher rating, just like you, Jeff. She said, quote, it's an incredible effort giving birth, and it can tax a player physically and emotionally. It's normal to give birth, and a good to protect the ranking when someone is giving birth. So even her competitors think her ranking should have been protected.
Well, really, this is indicative of more of a societal issue, especially when it comes to the United States, where we do not value women who are impregnated by men and then go and have babies.
My kids might be watching
for the family, and then they come back and like either they don't have a job or they're not given adequate amount of time to take care of said family that they just gave birth to. So it's just really, I think it has to do with the disrespect of women and mothers in this country. I mean, my husband works for a Canadian company. They get a year off. That's paternity and maternity leave to be split according to how the parents see fit. So if she wants to take 5 months off and he wants to take 7 months off,
common sense.
So be it.
That's great.
So that you can actually, you know, not have issues along the lines of kids who don't have enough supervision and, you know, having your parents home
and
with you.
Divorce rates.
All of these beautiful things that were once a thing.
For the record, I wouldn't give birth for a year off.
Yes.
Hats off. Hats off, ladies. Hats off. We are live, Brett Forrest. That wasn't hats off. That was more prayer. Brett's got news at the moment.
Thanks, Jeff. ESPN just revealed its 3rd annual World Fame 100 list, ranking athletes based on search score, endorsement dollars, and social media followers. In other words, the most popular athletes in the world. Top spots go to Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron James, Lionel Messi, Neymar, and Roger Federer. 3 of those are soccer players. Other notable mentions are Tiger Woods at number 6 and Serena Williams at number 12. She is the highest ranked female athlete on this list. And overall, there were only 12 women represented in the top 100 based on these metrics.
Thank you, Brett. Let's get this last story. And a new movie is in the works about Fox News and Charlize Theron. Did I say that right?
Theron.
Oh, I said it wrong. Charlize Theron right?
Theron.
Yes, Theron.
Theron will star as Megyn Kelly. Is it expected to follow the rise and fall of former Fox News chairman Roger Ailes? He resigned in 2016 after dozens of allegations of sexual misconduct in the workplace, including accusations from Megyn Kelly herself. No word yet on who will play the other big names at Fox News. Ooh. Charlize Theron.
Theron.
Dang.
All right, so then, of course, you want to know if we had that opportunity to have someone play us.
Who would play you?
Yeah.
Ooh. I think I have to go with someone who's super funny and I love, which is Sandra Bullock.
I think that's a good
That's a good one.
And like, I've always enjoyed interviewing her because she'll give you a great soundbite. Even if you ask a question that she doesn't want to answer, she'll still give it to you versus like clam up and have her publicist jump in and say, end of interview.
Right.
She's like, you know, I got this.
I see her, you guys being similar.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I would go with my girl Gabrielle Union.
Yes.
I see that.
Doppelganger for
She's
sure.
the spirit goddess.
I love that.
How about you, Tori?
I would go with Drew Barrymore. I think she's funny, cute, relatable. You know, she's fine with her body. I'm fine with mine as well.
Insert in
She talks to aliens.
She talks to aliens.
That's exactly like Tori.
I think she's who she is, and I think she speaks up for women, and I really like it.
You like it. I'd be
What about
Jason
you? Do you have
Bateman.
one?
I get Jason Bateman a lot.
Yeah.
Our own Stu Magoo movie review says Jason's a good guy.
Yeah.
He worked with him, so I take Jason.
You
I
got
like
on.
him.
Someone wrote Tim Tebow for you as well.
He's not an actor.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Just a minor technicality.
I just want to.
All right, now it's time for our favorite stories of the day. This week, eagle-eyed Google user noticed this when you search for NSYNC. Shaquille O'Neal pops up as a member of the boy band NSYNC. Lucky Shaquille. So TMZ asked Lance Bass for the inside scoop on why this happened. Turns out Google's not entirely wrong. Watch this.
Shaquille had a big hand in starting our career.
Really?
Yeah. We lived in Orlando, and our first place that we recorded at was his house. Too bad he didn't get a percentage of anything.
Right. You have a message for Shaq and all?
Shaq, we'll accept you anytime. You know, we have a member that we probably need to replace right now, so let's work on the dance moves. You're going to have to be in the center, though.
Who's the member?
The center one. We're replacing Joey, aren't we? And that's what's happening?
Joey.
They started the interview off with that, so that was the joke. But he wanted him to say Justin Timberlake.
Yeah,
of course.
Sure.
And Justin Timberlake did weigh in with this Instagram post showing the new lineup for the group. There it is.
Poor Joey.
Yeah, man.
In Shaq. Look at that. Did you see that?
That's incredible, though. You never know the kismet that's going to happen.
You didn't like that joke?
What?
It said in Shaq.
Yeah, I liked it.
Look.
We got it.
By the way, our producer, Arash, said that. So you just laughed in Arash's face. Did you hear that, Arash?
Say Charlize Theron one more time.
Charlize Theron.
All right.
What were you going to say? Rivet us all.
Nothing. You'll never know.
All right,
well, we could do a TV show, or we could just.
Now, let's get out of here because we have some news from a wild monkey chase to a horse with all the right moves. Sam has the top trending stories.
Yeah.
It's about that time.
The wheels have officially fallen off, let me tell you. A big congrats to Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser. She announced that she just adopted a baby. At 45 years old, she's single, running a major city, and is showing that she really can do it all.
Last year, I decided to start the adoption journey, just knowing that it was a great time in my life and I had so much to share with a baby.
You go, girl, and she's not slowing down anytime soon. She's also running for re-election. Get 'em. And everyone loves the Cupid Shuffle. Even this police horse in Cleveland couldn't resist our favorite line dance. Check it out.
I'm sure Bike Patrol could probably figure out how to do their tricks on bikes. Cleveland Police Bike Patrol, Bicycle Patrol, get out there and do some of this line dance. Hop on one wheel.
Oh yeah, and I'm betting that horse gets a wedding invite real soon. Thanks to the Cleveland Police Foundation for sharing. And an important update to Monkey Watch 2018 after escaping his crate at the San Antonio airport yesterday. This 10-year-old monkey named Dawkins is finally back on the road. Officials found him hiding in a room at the airport and got him back on the way to retire at a wildlife sanctuary. Yay, I'm so happy for him. Yes. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, we talk to this vet who uses his musical talents to serenade his furry patients.
Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
Oh my goodness, melt, melt, melt. We're shining the DBL spotlight on the vet with the voice. But first, the two-man crew chows down on something called the Impossible Burger. Don't know what it is? Stick around to find out.
Sorry. I don't know the Cupid Shuffle. Does anyone know the Cupid Shuffle?
I said I put the
come up here. We're
I
gonna
get the
show them
pepper
how to do
jack.
it. By the way, whoever said Raquel Villanueva speaks Spanish, Raquel, are you Spanish or where are you from? Bolivia. She's Bolivian, so of course she speaks Spanish. We are so proud to have her. Okay. So here we go. You're gonna teach me.
Professional dancer.
Oh. Okay, here we go. So show me.
To the right, to the right, to the right.
Angelica, that's a lot of to the right, okay?
To the left, to the left,
to the left. Then what?
Now kick,
now kick, now kick, now kick, and walk it by yourself. Wait, say it again. Walk it by yourself. Walk it by yourself. Walk it by yourself. To the right.
Tori's used to walking by herself.
Stop singing like this. Go slower. Okay. To the right, to the yes, but I'm old, so I know the electric slide, but I don't know this. Walk it by yourself. You're independent. I don't know. Okay, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left. Now walk by yourself. Now kick, 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 kick. Now walk it by yourself. Alone, alone. Right. Oh, that's it. Oh. By yourself. Now kick, kick, kick. Walk it by yourself. Yourself. Walk it by yourself.
Was the electric slide too complicated?
Yeah, why did we change from the electric slide?
Oh, here's the music.
Okay, here we go. Oh, we don't pay for that. We can't use it.
Oh, on there?
No. To the right. To the right. Okay, so is there any way to jazz it up, or is everyone just being like, walk it by yourself?
Your walk it by yourself is how you put your.
Okay, let's see how to do it. Because she's drop. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. To the right. To the right. To the left. Kick. Oh wait, hold on. Kick. And then make it around. Walk it by yourself. Yeah, you gotta Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Right. I'm like, I'm walking to with myself. All right. Fascinating. Thank you all. Very, very helpful. May is National Burger Month, which makes it the best month of all, and the two-man crew wanted to celebrate by putting their taste buds to the test and attempting the impossible. Check this out.
Happy National Burger Month! Today we are in Denver, Colorado at the Thirsty Lion Gastro Pub and Grill.
We're grilling up some incredible burgers here, so let's get inside.
So Al, one of these burgers is not real meat.
That's impossible. What are you talking about?
Exactly. That's why they call it the Impossible Burger. It's impossible to tell whether it's real meat or fake meat. They take plant protein and inject it right in there, so it tastes and looks like they have meat.
I don't believe it.
We're gonna bring in our boy Michael to tell us a little bit more about some of these burgers.
This Impossible Burger is made from plants. You're looking at textured wheat protein, heme, which is a chemical component found in animal structure that gives the Impossible Burger its flavor and texture. It's designed to taste like a real burger. 220 calories, 0 cholesterol, and these are where you're gonna have to determine which one is the Impossible Burger and which one's the other burger.
We're gonna try to do the impossible.
I feel like we're like adult minions.
Let's make the impossible possible. I can't wait to wrap my lips around this.
That's good. And honestly, I thought I was gonna have a prediction.
That's a good burger.
You're pretty sure that's the burger. See, let's go for the left.
All right.
They both taste like burger. They're both delicious. I think I'm a winner with the left side.
We're picking burger number 2 as the Impossible Burger.
There's no trick in you guys.
Yeah?
You're able to identify.
Oh, yeah! Al and I are gonna call you the Hamburglar because that Impossible Burger was so good, we're not eating meat anymore. Cheers to National...
Put that down.
Oh, you're right, man. Here we go. Cheers to National Burger Month. Now, I want you ladies to try this and tell me that it doesn't taste like a real burger. And I want to thank the Thirsty Lion so much, the Gastropub and Grill in Cherry Creek for hooking us all up with these delicious burgers. The Impossible Burger.
That is really good.
And I'm not even
I feel
joking,
like I'm doing
right?
like one of those burger commercials.
Yeah. I couldn't even tell the difference.
So long. I grew up in Minnesota eating every part of the cow, and I have not eaten any red meat.
Does that not taste like a real burger and look like one as well? I'm serious.
With the pickle, it tastes like a slider.
Oh,
Ooh.
the pickle makes it.
Like a White Castle a little bit. All right, thanks again.
Thirsty Lion.
I'm going for more.
Charisse Theron. We are live. Brett Forrest with news at the moment.
Thank you, Jeff. Officials and residents in Lake Worth, Florida are still trying to figure out how this emergency alert went out on Sunday. Take a look. The entire city got this push notification saying, quote, power outage and zombie alert for residents of Lake Worth and Terminus, and then cites extreme zombie activity. Terminus could be in reference to the location in the Walking Dead TV show. Luckily, a city official confirmed Lake Worth does not have any zombie activity and apologizes for the message.
All right, thanks,
Is it
Brett.
bad that I'm still eating this?
No, eat up.
Everyone else stop. Like,
Go for it. You looking for some creative things for the kids to do this summer? I am. Ebony Steele has the new unique summer camps coming in hot.
Jeff, here are some of the coolest summer camps for kids and teens. First, a cooking camp where they don't even have to leave the house. Kids learn food prep, knife safety, and recipes in an online camp. Sign up at kidscookrealfood.com. Next, building workshops. The Home Depot is offering free workshops all summer for kids. The next class teaches them to build their own wooden toy car. Check your local store for availability. Finally, my favorite, roller coaster camp. Thrill Coaster Tours takes adventurous teens to 17 amusement parks across the country, from Cedar Point in Ohio to Universal Studios in Orlando. Sign your kids up for a great summer to remember.
Oh my God, that's got to be a really expensive camp, because you know how expensive the admission fee is?
It's like $1 million to do 17.
It's like a 3D
Well, there
movie.
was an at-home option.
I like that one.
All right, still ahead on Daily Blast Live. You don't want to miss Sam's interview with the veterinarian whose viral videos have melted the nation's hearts. I wonder why.
He's getting on the boogies out.
Look at it.
See them blow.
Of you were very interested in hearing that Raquel Villanueva could speak such good Spanish. Well, that's because she is Bolivian. Who's Bolivian in your family?
My dad.
Your dad.
Yes.
And you said something about the salt flats. People were asking a little bit about Bolivia. Tell me a little bit about that.
So it's actually a very beautiful place where the salt is so compacted that it looks like mirrors, and I actually have to Google this for you so you see it.
It looks like you can see a reflection of the sky, am I right?
Exactly.
Jeff, come here and see this.
Absolutely
This is
beautiful.
Bolivia's Bolivian salt flats. This is where she's from. Look at that.
It's incredible. Here's some of the images.
Isn't that amazing?
You can't tell what's the sky and what's the ground.
Isn't that insane?
It's
So
definitely
this is
a
Bolivia.
bucket place to go to.
And then look at that. Show that one. Look at that.
That is incredible.
Absolutely beautiful.
I went to White Sands. This is more incredible in New Mexico, and it's similar, but it's not as. I don't know where. Why does it have that shine like that?
Just the salt
The
there
salt
creates that.
Have you
illusion.
been?
I haven't been to the flats, but I can show you my favorite mountain there. It's called Ilimani.
This is where you're from?
Yeah, she's
Yes.
Bolivian. Good to
And
know
this
your
is-
crew here.
This is
I
the
didn't know
mountain.
that
This is
you
the
were-
city, and this is the mountain. This is the backdrop to the city my family's from.
Wow.
It's absolutely breathtaking.
Wow. So the houses are like right in here.
Right here, yeah. You can see all the city.
No, Tori, the houses are up here.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Here's a better view.
Oh my gosh. And
No way.
Villanueva
They're good,
means
right?
New Village.
New Village, which is this is amazing. So guys, if you have any Bolivian questions or you want to know more about that, we wanted to offer Raquel Villanueva, give you a little history of the Raquel Villanueva.
How much is a one-way ticket to
Usually
get Tori out?
Oh, $600, Jeff.
Nice. That's not bad. That's well worth.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Today, we're shining the DBL spotlight on Dr. Ross Henderson, a vet whose voice soothes all species. Take a look.
Why men say
Calming Classics has turned the singing vet into an internet sensation. Veterinarian Ross Henderson sings and plays guitar for his pet patients at his family's animal clinic in Lakewood, Colorado. The soothing tunes can make a scary visit to the vet a bit less stressful for our furry friends.
The vet with the velvet voice, Dr. Ross Henderson, joins us now. Hi, Dr. Ross.
Hi, Samantha. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing wonderful now that you're here. Why did you start performing for your pet patients?
Man, honestly, I'm either playing music or helping animals, and the guitar ended up at the vet hospital. I mean, it's simple as that.
But it's not simple. It's not. It is so selfless, and I can only imagine it's helping the animals. How do the animals respond to your music?
You know, the way I originally thought about it was that, I mean, the vet hospital can be very scary. Obviously, most animals don't make it to the vet hospital except maybe once a year, so it's a very unfamiliar place. But music's very familiar. It's often involved with normal family life. So
what do pet owners say?
It's actually been ramping up as far as how much it comes up. My brother and dad, I also work with them, but oftentimes my brother will be in a room and be like, "Are you the singing vet? Are you going to sing to my animal?" And he's like, "No, that's my brother," you know. So or I'll have clients as they're leaving be like, "Do you use your guitar here?" So it is funny just how it's kind of become a thing at the office.
Sometimes we have animals here that are up for adoption, and I can tell that they get nervous. I hope one day that you can come join us here live at Daily Blast Live and maybe sing to some of the animals that we bring in.
Honestly, when I realized you guys were about 15-20 minutes away, I was like grabbing my guitar. I was like, "Yay! Let's do this." So I'll bring the puppies, the guitar, and we got to make something happen.
Yes.
Come on.
We'll do an adopt-a-thon somehow with you. We'll do an adopt-a-thon where you're playing for the animals. So stand by. We will get in touch with you. And thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome. Very, very nice to meet you, Samantha.
Ooh, he used a full name and everything.
Right. I guess he's coming on over. And Doc, when you come, also bring your lovely wife. I'm sure the ladies in the studio would love to meet her as well. We'll see you soon.
Woo! I think Erica set it off.
All right.
And I think you said enough. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought
All right, guys, we are here with the well-dressed Brett Force. Are you going somewhere later?
Yeah, to work.
Look at this guy, old school, right?
Dressed to impress.
Yeah, and we are. Tell me what's going on with this egg, because I eat eggs all the time.
Yeah, well, great for you. Great news. There's a new study that researchers from China and the UK conducted that determined an egg a day could keep the doctor away.
Oh!
Especially for cardiovascular disease.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, apparently that's stroke's #1 killer in China, and so they focused this study in China just to see if eggs had any effect. And they say it is just an observational study, but there is science behind it, and that they do think egg consumption daily could lower your risk of cardiovascular disease.
And you don't want to yoke about that stuff, you know what I'm saying? This is such excellent news.
I feel like that was a yoke itself.
Yeah, I love doing that stuff. All right. Did you guys know I like puns? What's going on, Rack? We call Raquel Rack, and I didn't know that until right now, so now I'm calling her Rack.
No, now the world knows.
Now the world knows. Rack, what's going on, Boo?
All right. I read it wrong at first, and I thought it meant more sleep helps you lose weight, which I was really excited about. But actually, sleeping at the right time and then working out helps you lose weight.
So working out's part of it.
Yeah, it's this company called Equinox, the fitness brand. They're offering sleep coaches. So for $500, they will give you 6 sessions where they analyze how you're working out, how you're sleeping, and determine the best times for you to work out. That will actually have you lose weight while you get the right amount of sleep.
It's like, here's the thing, here's the thing. If it's that complicated, I don't want to do it. I like to have my egg McMuffin and take a nap when I want, but I don't want to do, I'm not a person that will be like, at 1:45 I sleep for 2.5 minutes. Like, are you that person?
I'm not that person.
Rack and I are not that person, no.
I had some, I was really excited about it. I was like, what if I just sleep 8 hours? It'll be great, but it's not like that.
I'm out of it. Rack and I, done.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We have a couple of viewer comments, right, Erica?
Yes, we do. Veronica Bryce says, Jeff's joke about in Shaq was on point. Tori should be nicer to him.
I agree. Who's that, Veronica?
Yes.
I love you, Veronica.
Maddie Connolly says, so glad Tori's back home from London. I missed her kooky antics in studio.
See?
When Ryan Stevens says, Erica is a dead ringer for Gabrielle Union, I'd watch that movie. I could play her too. Gabrielle, call me. I've been practicing. You don't have to bring it on. It's already been brought in.
There you go. Yes. And I have one from I Am Mine on Twitter. Writes, this show is so much fun every day, and Samantha Harris do an amazing job like she does with everything.
Yeah, she's going to be with us all week.
Yes.
Emmy Award-winning Samantha
Emmy Award-winning. You're absolutely right.
There we go. All right, guys, the stories never stop. We don't either. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. Keep the conversation going. That's Tuesday.
Yeah, baby.
Woo!